Hello, it's it's 10 o'clock, it's Sunday morning, you listen to Six Music, I hope you're very well indeed. It's Russell Howard here, I'm here with my friends John.
Morning.
And my friend Sam.
Good morning.
How are you cats, you well?
I'm very well, yeah.
I'm pretty rocking.
How are you, Russell?
Yeah, I'm better than you, you're in a right grump this morning.
That's not true at all.
What's got your funk?
Nothing, just chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Sunday morning, innit?
It's so lovely the way you snap in just as the show starts. He hasn't spoke to either of us for an hour. He's got
That
this.
is not true
Let's
at
explain
all.
to the people at home what happens. We get here, John goes into this booth on his own, and he refuses, so he's going down so well in Radio Land that he now doesn't even speak to us. And then we get on air and we're chums. You've changed.
That is not true.
4 weeks we've been doing this,
That's not... Yeah?
and now you're just a squiggle.
What?
Like Prince.
A squiggle?
Yeah.
You've lost me already.
It's all right, it's fine.
It's topical.
I'm in a fine mood. I gave you a fizzy vitamin supplement this morning.
You did, yeah.
Without mentioning any names.
Barocca.
I bought us all a banana on the way in.
I haven't had the banana.
No, you don't get your banana yet. You get your banana when you're flagging, when you need a banana.
Wow. How
my
great would that be
jogger.
if someone's just turned on the radio at that moment, just to hear you virtually mothering me there. You get your banana when you're good and ready for your banana.
Everyone gets a banana at banana time and not before.
That's John's catchphrase. If you just joined into the show, that's it. Listen to that one more time. What is it, John?
It's banana time.
It's
It's not banana time. It's about 20 to banana.
Can you tell us when banana time is?
I'll
'Cause
tell you when
I
banana...
think
You'll
there's
know when it's banana time,
people
because
are-
I'll pass you a banana.
All right.
And
what-
you'll go, oh, banana time.
And the people at home will know that when I go,
Because they're going to be wondering.
they will be, yeah. So officially, if you hear during the show, John hasn't done anything crude to me. It just means it's banana time.
Just means it's banana time.
Okay, well, I hope you're very well. Coming up on the show, got all the usuals, really. We've got some really good music. We've got the emails. We're doing Let's Play God, what you do if you're an all-powerful deity. We've got time travel, where would you go and why. We've got Am I Normal? The little things you do in life you feel compelled to do, the quirky little things. Join our community of freaks. It's getting really great. We had an email the other day about some bloke who really enjoys that part of the show because it makes him feel a little bit better about his life. We actually had one from Adam today, our producer. Do you want to tell everyone?
Not particularly.
I'll do it for you. What is it? Yeah, before you brush your teeth? Whilst brushing his teeth, this is Adam's Am I Normal? During brushing his teeth, he then do you say it out loud or you say it to the mirror?
No, I don't. It's inside. It's an internal.
Oh, he says it internally.
I'm cleaning my teeth.
It's
so I
nice
can't
that you're
talk to
asking him.
myself.
Yeah.
Usually you're about to learn a very important lesson, is that if Russell ever you offers the chance to tell your own anecdote, you take it, because he will tell it and he will add stuff and he will make it look worse. So get ready to find out that you're a beast.
So Adam's there, dressed as Bungle, and he's but the way you told us this morning, you're quite proud that he had an Am I Normal. So he brushes his teeth, if you're listening, and then he says, I have an image of you saying out loud, but he says now it's internal. He goes, must do my flies up. And then...
Because I go to the loo while I'm...
He
cleaning
wheezes
my
while
teeth.
he's brushing his
Oh,
teeth.
do you really?
Ultra efficient.
Oh, you didn't pick up on the crux of the story.
Oh, that's disgusting. Well, you've spoilt the tone. Now, we've had a lot of fun this week. We've had probably the most exciting week of our life. Me and John went to... One off, nice. He's out of his tank, is he? Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
how many times?
During that song, he disappeared off to his I'm off to be booth, don't look in my eyes. Me
Check
and Sam.
the webcam. I was sat here the whole time bantering, flicking fruit around.
Bantering? You were on about, allegedly killing somebody in the toilets with Sam. Talking of which, so we had this really great party. It was the Radio 2 and 6 Music sort of Christmas party this week. I guess you're doing lots of Christmas parties at home and stuff like that. It's pretty exciting, wasn't it, guys?
It was very
wild.
exciting.
Oh, we tuxed up. Me and John... I've got really bad burps this morning. Me and John came back... I'm going to do it again. John, take over. I'm about to burp.
I kind of want people to hear the real Russell Howard. That's disgusting.
Hey, I told you I was burping. I needed
Oh,
cover.
well, that's okay then.
Are you my wingman, Goose?
No.
Right, so we got our tuxes on, got quite excited. Me and John booked a hotel online that, let's be honest, got off to a bad start.
Let's say who booked the hotel.
I booked the hotel.
Right.
My dancing fingers, and we arrived, and it was pretty nice, wasn't it? It took us a
Yeah.
while to get there.
It was a joy to behold.
Oh, a lovely
Absolutely.
taxi driver.
Yeah,
If
it
you
was-
don't know where you're going and you have to pull over and check the A to Z, then switch the meter off.
What's
Ain't
good?
paying for your incompetence, Chunky.
You
He was
say that.
incompetent and angry, which was...
You say that, but we did all pay for his incompetence because...
Yeah, but he didn't get a tip.
No, but we did pay, and we didn't say anything to him. He stood there. He had the cab had stopped. The meter was still running, and we were all internally going, "Well, this won't do. This simply won't do." And yet, what came from our mouths was nothing. We just stood there and took it. It was horrific.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They make you feel, even though they're offering a service, that if you went, well, you better buck your ideas up, or I'm getting out of this cab. They'd go, go on then. Because there's enough business about they don't have to be polite to you. I hate that. There should be a system where you can complain about stuff.
We should put this into Am I Normal? What do you want, like a magic finger that you waggle?
Well, I was going to...
That was high-pitched.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was in my car this week, driving on the motorway.
Sexy.
Right, paying attention, even though we're in roadworks, paying attention to the road because I got respect.
Yep.
Let's not go into what happened when you parked.
Oh, let's not do that.
But you've got to pay attention on the road, haven't you, Russell?
Yes, and in car parks.
Front and back.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Someone overtakes me who has got a cigarette in his hand, right? I don't mind that so much. Satellite navigation system clipped to the windscreen.
Yeah.
I mind that a bit. DVD player on his gear stick.
On his gear stick?
Tucked in behind his gear stick,
All
between
right.
his gear
I was
stick.
gonna say.
Watching a DVD, driving on the motorway.
Yeah.
And I thought, who do I call about that? Who are you supposed to call? I can't go straight to the police, can I?
Did you call your mum again?
I didn't call anyone. I just sat there stewing in my car. I had to put Christmas music on to cheer myself up. But there should be one number.
How great would that be if he gets his phone out, went, not being funny, mate, but there's some bloke who's been listening to Ding Dong Merrily and High 5 times over and over. He don't look right.
I'm in real trouble. Real trouble.
There should be a number that you can just call to complain about anything, and then people will deal with it. 8888, and then the slogan could be just 8 everything, text and complain.
But who's manning that, though?
People like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Get het up
What it'll
about
be,
stuff.
it'll be you going through an automated voice of you going, hello, annoyed, press 1.
Oh, not automated voices. You don't want to wind people up when they're already wound up. You go straight to someone who's listening to your call. Kind of like the Samaritans for petty people.
But what do you want? Well, let's reenact this. I'll be the person like, hello, Samaritans for Petty People, how can I help you?
Oh yeah, I've just seen a fella go past me on the motorway. I'm on the M42 near Hotwood Services, and he's got a DVD player in his car. That's not illegal, is it, Karen?
What film's he watching?
I don't know what he's watching, because I was watching the road.
Oh, right.
You want sacking, love. Give me a number I can complain about you, because you're getting off the complaint line.
Ah, suck my tits. You're listening to Six Music with me, Russell Howard. I'm here with my friend Sam and John.
Yes.
Good day.
Now, that's a good song, isn't it? I'm
No.
a big fan of that. I like that. That makes me feel good. I feel like waggling my head around.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? The last time we heard that song, I was crashing into a car.
Yeah.
Fun
That's
times.
selling it. That is.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad. So I've had some embarrassing crashes. I hit a snowplow in 1997. That was awkward, and I got out and sort of had that conversation of, so how fast do you think we was going? Well, I'm in a snowplow, so I'm guessing I wasn't hurtling. But the other day I reversed into somebody in a car park, and do you know what made it worse? Right, me and John were in my car on our way into London to go to this Radio 2 party.
This better not be about me laughing.
Yeah, you did
I
laugh.
didn't laugh.
You,
I didn't
you
laugh.
gave me the look, right?
I sighed.
I reversed into this bloke. He was in a car. Let's just clear that up.
But he might not have been. You didn't know who was behind you. It could have been a little old woman in a shopping buggy behind the car. You
but
had
it
no
wasn't.
idea.
Some rage is fine.
But it wasn't.
But the point is, you didn't check.
But the point
That's
is,
why you crashed into them.
yeah, but I hit a car. I didn't hit an old lady, as you're putting it now.
But the point
Well, we
is,
can fix it.
that's why we check our mirrors before we reverse, because you can't always be sure it's a car.
Is it banana
Especially
time
in a
yet?
car park.
What?
Could be anyone in a car park.
Yeah.
Could have been Bob Geldof.
Well, that would have been a story. Oh, sorry about that.
We're sorted for the
It's a
first
bit
30
late now,
minutes.
isn't
Yeah.
it? Look at me feet. Well, you look a bit more like Sideshow Bob now. They're all flat. But I hit this bloke. It was horrible. But that song was good. But it's quite difficult having a crash because that song still makes you quite excited. So you get
Got out
out.
and smacked him, didn't you?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I did. I got out and went, no, just totally cowardly. Just went, sorry about that, it was my fault. And then I got back in the car and John's giggling.
I wasn't laughing. Don't lie on air about that. I wasn't. I sighed. I said, "Ah."
You're absolutely not true. You did
How
not-
many crashes have you had?
4.
4. And what is your philosophy on crashes? It's that if you haven't had one for a while, you know you're due. That is not a sensible attitude to have about driving a car.
I'm just a realist. I know what I'm like.
I have to turn down lifts with you every now and again. I have to put a little asterisk in my diary when I have a crash. And if there isn't one within the last 3 months, I can't drive with you anywhere.
Yeah, it's just a skill I've got. I went for a stage a few years ago where I had a week where I ran over more animals than I've ever done in my life. I ran over a rat in my car. That's tricky.
That's precise.
It's community service.
Oh, really?
Yeah, getting rid of rats.
Yeah, it was horrible. Anyway, so this party was very, very exciting. We went... Basically, what happened, we got to this Radio 2, BBC 6 music party, and we arrived. Oh, we were the first there, weren't we? We stayed in this...
Very much so.
But we stayed in this hotel. It was really great. And we arrived there, and Sam was head down in a swimming pool. That's the first image that greeted me when we arrived at this pool was Sam playing dead in a pool with loads of
The
kids.
kids just did not care.
Yeah, it was
they
great.
absolutely couldn't give a damn. It's like, oh, who's that guy in there? Don't worry,
Well, no,
there's
but-
floats over there.
But they looked a bit like little ducks that were just floating around a dead dog like that. And then you lifted your head up. Me and Sam were in the pool getting very excited. John had a bath on his own, as he's prone to do.
Oh, yeah.
Leaves me-
He's a weirdo for having a bath on his own. Why don't you get your mates round?
Yeah, well, that's what
I
that was.
had a bath on my own.
But the pool we were in was tiny. It wasn't big enough to be a real swimming pool, so it felt like we were all in a
It was
communal
like a
bath.
bath.
Blimey. That was Adam, the producer, there.
That is the soundtrack to being in a small swimming pool.
Not only
felt
did he
good,
just
real good.
he popped on Rapture, but as he did so, he popped out, which should remind him that earlier when he was brushing his teeth, he forgot to do off his floss.
Maybe that wasn't
What
the button
happened
at all.
there?
Maybe
You
that
were
was the noise that happens when his thing falls out of his trousers.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an updated Carry On. Oh, Adam's got his winkle out.
It's a bit aggressive. It's not as cheeky as the Benny Hill, but you know.
Wouldn't you love that though? If every time you got your gear out, just.
But imagine if you go to bed tonight back in Bristol and you just shut the door, you flick the light off, and then you hear down, 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 down. You know he's in there.
Oh, that's a fair point. I was on about I was on about my gear. Yeah, maybe you've been fitted with that because you're a section monster. So every time you go near people, they're like, oh, down now. Oh, Christ, Hudson's here. Zip, move and roll. Zip, move and roll.
You've got quite lucky there, to be honest. I've got I'm in the mood for dancing, which
Is that the tune you have?
yeah.
How about you, Sam? What are you having?
Oh, I think it's got to be Fat Bottom by Girls. Fat
Fat and bottom by
Fat and
girls.
Bottom Girls. Fat and Bottom Girls. That's what they call
Oh, well, you didn't get Sam any wine.
I've got some wine in
Oh,
my
right,
bag.
yeah,
Maybe I did a bit of research.
Give him the wine. But we've noticed something about Sam. He doesn't really talk for the first hour of this show, and then we send him off for wine, and then he comes back and he's quite jolly. So we're going to give you some wine with your cornflakes.
It's all
on
right,
for
like, you're allowed not to talk, Sam. If I just
it's not
have
a
a
problem.
bath on my own, it means I'm in a bad mood and I'm not talking to anyone for a week.
I just need to drink at 10 in the morning.
Cracking bath I
I'm
had,
cool.
though. Although I was devastated because I didn't think there was any bubble bath because I'd left mine in Bristol.
Oh, no,
I usually
Sam's...
carry a bubble bath around with me just because the bath
Absolutely.
is nice.
Plus, it's a friend, matey, right?
No, it's relaxing lavender.
Oh, let's have that. That could be everyone's moment.
I've got
you-
some bubble bath.
Wow, Adam, where'd you get that
That
from?
is genuinely
Adam's just handed me some matey that looks a bit like me.
Down,
Not
down,
a bit,
down,
that's
down.
What you can't see here is the little blonde matey boy. Oh, it's kind of... Where have you got this, in all seriousness?
It lives in the studio.
Does it live in the studio? There's a little boy who lives in the studio. Wow. So go on, carry on with your bath.
Well, I didn't think there was any bubble bath because I had a glance at the gratuities
Yep.
handed over by the hotel, and one was called shower gel and one was called shampoo.
Yep.
So I just had an ordinary bath, which I don't like because the bubbles hide your body from yourself. You don't have to feel that you're perving on yourself while you're having a bath.
I
But I
quite
didn't-
like that, though.
Yeah. But I didn't think there was any, and then when I was drying myself off, I read the shower gel because I was bored, and it said the shower gel is also a bubble bath if you pour it under there.
Oh, that's
So I
like
could have had a
kick in the
bubble bath.
guts.
Got it. But I didn't let it bother me.
No, you didn't. You moved on. We arrived at the party. Let's be honest, we arrived first at the party.
Very
Way
much
first.
so.
It's a really
Way
horrible one.
first.
Wasn't that an awkward moment? Because you know when you're at home, not when you're at home, but if you're listening at home, you know when you get to a party, you're quite excited, and there's no one there, and you're dressed in a tuxedo, and you find yourself going, "Well, this is a prank, isn't it? This is just going to be us." We toyed with the idea. John toyed with the idea. It was really great. We felt really good just strutting in our tuxes, and John went, "Hey, let's go to McDonald's. Ask for a table for 3." And I thought that was a very good idea. We didn't do that. We got in. Now, it's quite sad, but we looked at all the names of all the famous people that were going there. I wanted to see Terry Wogan, because we were going to try and ask him about paintballing, Jonathan Ross, Russell Brand, and...
Fine.
right? And none of them were there. We're all quite disappointed. Then Simon Mayer, I was quite excited. Sam saw Namone and did a sort of quiet murmur to himself, which was a little bit weird. Yeah, exactly. Then he saw the words Ken and Bruce and did what can only be described as a little John jig. For the people at home, he just went, "Oh, look, Ken Bruce is here." Da, 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 da. He did a little jig. It was fantastic.
Well excited. I met Ken Bruce.
But that turned sour, as we'll find out later. We got very bored at the party, and we've got many stories about Ken Bruce.
But let's stress that Ken Bruce is not implicated in any negative way. He was
No,
one of the
we
nicest
respect
men
Ken
I've
Bruce.
met.
No.
Because it's weird radio, isn't it? Because I basically went up to him and said, "We've never met, but I've been listening to you for a long time." Which, when you think about it, is quite a sinister thing to say to a man.
I
But
would
he was
argue
straight up out of his chair, in with a handshake, a little bit of chat. Lovely
that's
guy.
because you were so drunk at that stage that he was frightened, and he thought, "Right, Chris, could be a fight here. I should get on my feet."
You cannot put bottles of port on tables, right? when I'm in the vicinity anyway. But the thing is, the port arrived at mingle time, so everyone was getting up and mingling. So there was not only a bottle of port on my table, there were unattended bottles of port on everyone's table.
That was when I was talking to Simon Mayo and you two disappeared.
Yeah, I went off.
Yeah, he was different when I got back. It's like that Ben Folds song, You Are Not the Same. That's about a man who climbs up a tree and becomes a born-again Christian when he comes down from the tree at a party.
Very similar to my experience.
Very similar. John,
I climbed up Ken Bruce.
Wow, that is an amazing sentence to say it out loud. You climbed up Ken Bruce.
Yeah.
We met some famous... basically what happened, the gist of it was, we got a party, we were quite nervous, we're in tuxes. Johns was pushing on his Adam's apple, so every so often he just went, "Nyeh," and made an odd noise.
I said when we tried it on, I said, that feels a little bit tight. And he said, well, you should only be able to get half a finger down it.
Yeah.
And it was garrotting me.
Well, Sam had a bit of an incident.
Yeah, I was choking slowly.
And you didn't like yours,
Pretty
but
nice.
at the other end, did you?
No, yeah, mine was really...
Oh, yeah.
grabbing hold of my gear. It was really awkward. Anyway, we should probably play some music. Actually, no, it's time for the news, isn't it?
Another minute.
Another minute. God, we've got to fill this. Sweet. I was
Let's
hoping...
talk about your struggle with your balls.
Let's not do that. No,
Okay.
no. I don't mind. I've got no pride.
Let's talk about the fact, interestingly enough, what happened in the afternoon is that I had to take you to buy a pair of shoes because, having already had the tux fitted and decided that we were going to the party, only at 3 o'clock in the afternoon did you say, I'll be all right in trainers, won't I? No, Russell, you really, really won't. You were actually going to wear trainers.
I was minutes away from convincing you to buy the things with the embroidery. They would have been magical.
Yeah.
Flatley shoes.
Trainers would have been fine.
No.
Well, it was. 'Cause-
Trainers with a tux
imagine-
in front of Ken Bruce.
well,
He
yeah.
hates us anyway.
Well, you were dressed up really well, and he still thought you were a dick. So
I'm a dick, though.
Yeah, but well, no, you're not. You're a wonderful guy, and you don't need to take baths on your own. You don't need as much
I
solitary
do
time.
need to take baths on
Oh,
my
you
own.
don't. Just let us
Because if
in
I
there.
go out into the street and say, excuse me, I'm having a bath, anyone interested?
Yeah, well, no, me and Sam, we were bored out of our mind.
You were swimming. I only had a bath
We were in
because
a
you went
steam room.
swimming.
He was
We
playing
could've-
dead near kids. I would have given my right arm to be in that bath with you.
Well, you should have said something.
Well, I was saying it with my eyes. Can you feel the sexual tension
I
in
thought
here
you were
this
having a
morning?
fit.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Sam has now got a big bottle of wine.
So I told him he better walk away.
It's and he's not even drinking it from a little glass. He just
Well, this one's for the webcam.
nice. If you're looking, he's literally swigging it down. Oh, we've got an email here from Gary Williams.
Smells good.
Hi Russell, Gary Newman was indeed fantastic last night. I knew he was going to play the whole of his classic 1980 album Telecon, but hadn't expected him to recreate the opulent light shows of his early megastar career. Simply stunning. Fantastic. There you go. So we're talking about this party we went to. Now, you know when you're at a party with... Because we were quite excited, weren't we? Let's be honest, we thought Wogan was...
buzzing.
We thought Wogan was going to be there and we could go up to him and kind of go, all right, Terry, get down on me face. And he was going to be quite sort of down to earth, like a bit of a fighter, a bit of a brawler. Because we thought it's like a bow tie deal. I personally thought there was going to be like a separate room you went through and like Wogan and like Ken Bruce were like, you know, sort of orchestrating
Ross
over like a
Cities.
big dog fight or something like that. Something quite exciting, but none of that. So we got a bit bored, didn't we? After a while, we kind of went, well, there's Simon May, he's a lovely bloke. There's Stuart McCone, he's a nice guy. There's Michael Ball, I'm going nowhere near him. Mainly because, like, your instinct to protect your dad comes in whenever you see Ball. Did you two find that, right? Because my mum used to really fancy Michael Ball. So as soon as I meet him, I'm like, yeah, you try to split my mum and dad up. Like, in my head, like, I'm like an 8-year-old boy. You back off, Ball. You back off. So you can't really get to... Because he's a threat to my dad. So there's this 8-year-old... There's my dad voice kind of going, just punch him in the nuts. But I didn't.
I had a similar voice. My mum, not a fan of Michael Ball.
Oh, really?
Probably would have urged me to do the same thing to Michael Ball for no good reason.
Yeah,
Hating
exactly.
Michael Ball.
My dad's the same with Sally Bozeman.
Well, interesting you should say that, because what actually happened, there were loads of like name tags to tell you where to sit down. And we were on quite a cool table, weren't we? We were with it was really great. We were sort of sat around with all the Six Music crew, and like everyone else looked like sort of surviving members of the hit film Cocoon. And we were sort of sat down the front like, hey, look at us, we're young, we've got our limbs, we can move however we please, getting up, sitting down, moving around, shaking it all about. John in the corner with Port, telling everyone to leave him alone, they don't know him, that kind of stuff. Then Imran, who presents... What's the music Imran does? Music Week, which is on after the show. He came up to us. It was great. We hadn't met him before at this point. It was a wonderful way of introducing himself. Went, so you guys got going? And we're like, yeah, what of it? And he went, right, let's have a competition. Everyone put a $5 in. Who can get the most famous person's name tag from where they're sitting?
And frankly, he played us. He played us good.
Yeah, you already
Well, no.
knew.
But at that moment, I was like, yeah, I'll take your money. So we all put a $5 down. And, let's tell everyone what we got. Straight away, I got Trevor Locke. I got Steve Lamack. I got Pete Mitchell. I don't know who he is. I got Sally Bozeman, who is Traffic Sally. Lovely lady. Mark Radcliffe. And he's a
now
big
that
one.
I take credit for.
Yeah, Sam popped that to me. It was lovely.
Yeah, you were giving him backhanders.
Yeah. Andrew Collins.
Little allegiance.
Andrew Collins as well, that little drunk monkey. He was doing my bidding as well. It's like, I said, "Oi,
It
Collins."
was you lot that got us in trouble.
But look what Collins got me. Collins got me Michael Ball. So basically, what you may have got listening at home, basically what happened was everyone got a little bit drunk and initially was being quite clever and kind of just nicking a name tag and then moving away very quickly like a thief in the night. After about an hour, I was pretty much lifting up plates, going, "You got any names? Who's got names?"
We
You were
turned
just
the evening into
wandering
top
around
trumps.
tables, hoovering them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Picking them up at points and then sighing and putting them back on the table
Yeah.
in front of the person whose name you didn't care about.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you? Really? At what? At what time? Oh, God, you can keep it, mate.
Really? And you just do that, they get stuffed.
But again, I have to stress here, I asked for Ken's, I was going to say mouth to mouth, face to face. I asked for Ken's on a personal note.
What actually happened, John, is you said 3 hours before you did that, "I'm going to go say hello to Ken Bruce." Then you didn't, and then "I'm going to say hello to Ken Bruce." You didn't, and then when you went up to him, you went an absolute beeline for him, and I overheard you going, "I just had to say this. You got me through my university years."
I didn't say that.
You did
I didn't
that.
Say,
I heard
no, I didn't listen when I was at uni because I wasn't at uni long enough. Sales. It was when I was working in sales. When I had nothing to do, I used to get to drive to Swansea for 8 o'clock in the morning to sell a product I hated. But I used to start early, so I could get very little done 10:30 till 12, and then I'd have a 2-hour lunch 12 till 2 while JVI was on. And then kick in again for Steve Wright, no offence, but I'd always do a few calls during Steve Wright, and then back in time for tea.
Anyway, so we were all quite excited. We got quite a good haul. What did you get, John?
I got, some of mine were investments. I got Imran's card because I knew he was going to get Evans. I knew he was getting Evans'
Well, that's it.
card.
This
He
is-
had an in on that table.
Well, this is the moment. So basically, we're collecting the cards.
End of the night comes along.
Chris Evans comes up. Now, when you see somebody that famous kind of approach you, it's a bit like... Well, I saw John Cleese when I was at the Montreal Comedy Festival this year, and he came to a gym... Yeah, exactly. His dad's in the band, but, that's the circles I'm moving. And he came into the gym, and it's like an ostrich wandering into a Starbucks. It's that weird that you just kind of... And so it was with Chris Evans, kind of, sort of... He didn't march towards me, he just kind of like, sort of very, very gently swayed towards me. A bit like Paul Gambaccini to you, Sam, but that's a different story entirely. And he
I'll
came
tell
up,
you about Gambaccini in a minute.
and he... God, how sordid did that sound? And now Adam's pointing his
Genuinely,
finger.
it's good. It's good. I
So,
listened to it.
it's not... It's good, but it's not right. Now, Chris Evans came up to me, and he said...
Chris Evans Keen.
Yeah, I did. So I said a
So
problem.
you're
I said,
sure from
"Oh,
Bristol?
shut up,
He
right,
says never.
No, but you are your little 8-year-old. And then how old would I have been? Sort of 15. TFI Friday, and I used to love it genuinely. I still think he's a really nice guy. So he came up and he went, "Hi, I'm Chris Evans." And you're like, "Yeah, I know you are." And I went, "All right, I'm Russell Howard." And then you start when words coming out your mouth, and I started going, "I think TFI Friday was brilliant." And he's kind of going, "Excellent, great." And then he looked at me, got a little bit excited, went, "Hang on, are you those lads that are collecting the cards?" And then you're in a real moment of going, "Yeah." And you think, "Oh, I'm in for a telling off." And he just went, "That's absolutely brilliant. I used to do that. In my prime, I got on Madonna." And you're like, and he ceased to be Chris Evans. He became like this really cool sixth former that was showing us the conkers he'd had in years gone by. That's a 63er. Whack. Got that off Watkins. Boom. Then he invited us to the Groucho Club. How cool's that? Now, I said, let's go to the Groucho Club. John, in a bit of a mood still, because of the incident with one of the Queens of Noise. Do you want to tell everyone about it?
Oh, good lord. I'm just having my dinner. Do you know what I mean?
It was incredible.
Not any old dinner.
Now, what I should explain to the people listening to this story, John is riddled with obsessive-compulsive disorder. Imran's here. Hello, mate.
Hiya.
So, the winner. John's riddled with obsessive-compulsive disorder. He settles down to his meal. He's touched his fork 5 times. He's touched his nose. He's done his little song. He's ready to eat. I can't take my eyes off him.
I'm just having my dinner, right? I can't stress that strongly enough.
Yeah.
We haven't spoken, this girl and I, because she sat next to you. And I've got Sam on my left, Russell on my right, and to the left of Sam is this girl, right? I don't know who she is, but she's pretty.
She's very
You've got
pretty.
her name right there.
John has already looked at her 10 times.
This is where you say I looked at her 10 times. She was talking to Sam, so if I had something to say to Sam, I would have to first check if she was just... So I glanced over a few times. But we've not even spoken. We've not even said so much as a howdy do.
Yeah.
I'm having my dinner. I reach over, passes the Pepperwood you old bean, get the pepper, just sprinkling a bit of pepper on my veg, because I like a bit of pepper on my veg, me, seasoning, right? She erupts out of nowhere, full frontal attack on me. Oh, God, why don't you just cover your entire dinner in salt? I'm sure it tastes fine. For a start, it's pepper, and we've not... say hello first, and then say, "Oh, no, you like pepper." Just went mental.
But what the truth of the story? She was being wonderfully flirty. She saw that he was putting a lot of pepper on. She thought she'd make a comment. You know that kind of.
That is not true.
Absolutely
true. She was flirting with Sam.
No.
She hated me.
Well, this is what's lovely about it. She said something quite nice, and she's doing that kind of thing you do. You know, when you're like, "Oh, I hate you," and you're sort of hitting. But she obviously found you, incredibly charming and attractive.
Absolutely.
But after she said that, he put his fork and his knife down. His head slightly fell into his soup. Then he turned to me with the hollowest, biggest eyes and just went, "Why do they hate me?" And, oh my God, when your eye literally spat my dinner out. It was incredible. Why do they hate me?
I'm just having my dinner.
So that was it.
If I'd have covered her dinner in pepper, if I'd have leaned over and gone, "Here, you like this,"
but for the next 10 minutes, you could hear these. "What? I'm just having my dinner."
It happened on the tube again last night. What
happened on the tube yesterday?
I was just on the tube, and this really nice girl got on, really pretty. Just someone's default face is smile. You don't see that enough, but just smiling.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Didn't even acknowledge me. I was kicking her. I'm so bored.
It was so great.
All this.
It was so great because you'd put vested. You'd looked at her, and I might be projecting here, but I think in your mind you'd already married her. That was it.
Well, I was a little bit angry because she made a big play of the fact she was having the vegetarian meal, and then it's salmon, and you think, well, either eat fish or don't.
Nah, not true. You did that afterwards. You did that after you.
It was a deconstruction.
Yeah,
after I'd had a fork buried into my face for daring to put a bit of pepper on a carrot.
Simply didn't happen. What's happened there? This is really fascinating because this is the way he views things. Because all she's done is make a light comment, and he has now struck her off.
It wasn't a light comment. It was not a light comment. Would be, "Ooh, all right, Percy Pepper." Right.
That would be weird
if
she said that.
God, why don't you cover your own entire dinner in salt? It was pepper.
Well, we have to record that and play that as our trail. Just imagine that. I mean, if something horrific happened and you died this week, if that's the only thing we've got left of you, just kind of go, "Hey, this is the Queen's. Are you listening, Queen's of Noise? It was only pepper.
You wait.
I'm just having my dinner.
You wait till it's banana time. You'll know when it's banana time because she'll burst in and go, "Oh God, having a banana, aren't you? Why don't you eat all the bananas? Suppose you'll have an apple as well, you fat git."
So
just out of nowhere.
So that was the beginning of the night. Now, Evans is so.
Thanks for bringing that back.
So that we're standing. Evans still says, "Are you on for the Groucho? What's up with your mate?" And I said, "Let's go to the Groucho." John looked at me, did about half a pint of porter, went, "Let's go to the Groucho."
Oh, he was ready.
Exactly. Let's go to the Groucho and see where we end up. We've been joined by the victor of the card game.
Okay, yeah,
Now,
I brought him in.
Have you?
Oh, he is.
I'll listen to this for a whole.
And go on then, slam us down. I'll see you. I got Michael Ball,
Alan Dedicoat, voice of the Bulls.
Trevor Locke,
Misha Paris.
Steve Lamack.
Paul Gambaccini.
Oh, the Gambinator. Sally Bozeman and Mark Radcliffe. That's what I've got. Tell us who you've got. Tell us the big one.
Well, so we established the rules of the game beforehand. That the big winner
You're
was...
a snake who cheats.
I think you'd already got cards
He's
before
just
you
a player.
introduced the game.
I had them printed up by members of staff there. That would have been a good way to win, wouldn't it?
I got a text from your brother the next day that said, "Here, you got schooled in the card game."
Yes, well, this is the interesting thing. So we established the rules of the card game, which was Chris Evans wins.
Yes,
okay?
absolutely.
So what I decided to do was very early, while you two were kind of whimpering at the back. John is brilliant because he was like seething with competitive rage, but not doing anything, just stood still like, I'm gonna win. We just stood at the back, not actually doing anything in the room. Sam obviously being, Sam was just like quite chilled, sat off. You were talking to Simon Mayo.
Yeah.
So I quickly ran around and I got Evans, but played you like fools because proceeded not to tell you that I had Chris Evans.
Until we met him.
Watched you run around like idiots.
Well, but that was the worst thing when we actually met Chris Evans. It was quite a cool moment.
Yeah.
And we were chatting about the cards. And he was like, "Oh, so who have you got?" And I went, "Oh, I've got Sally Traffic." And he was commenting on the people going, "Oh, she's lovely. Oh, Michael Ball, good guy." Blah, blah, blah. And then he just appears like a new kid at school, right? Who just went, "Hey, have any of you villagers, I'm from London town, have any of you villagers got this?" pops down.
And that ended it.
He did a massive turn that just spelled out the words Chris Evans, and that's when I knew he was the winner. That man
Pants down.
Yeah, he done it on a card, and everyone just looked at him and went, "You'll do anything to win, won't you?" And
I didn't know whether when I turned up with that was Evans impressed by that because you were begging him for his card, weren't you?
Yeah, it was a bit awkward, but it was one of those moments where
Because basically I was stood there in front of him going, I stole your name tag.
Yeah, it's great. But that would have been really... Imagine if we'd been playing Steal the Pants or something like that. So really great. And you went, "Oh, I've got those." Thwack. And those are my pants. This cat's got to fly. But he still invited us to the Groucho. And now, Imran, have you been to the Groucho before?
Just once.
You've just been once. We've got to hand over the money. There's your five.
Okay, right, £5 each.
I want you to know that I'm giving you the crappiest fiver I've ever had. A fiver that even a ticket machine wouldn't accept.
That's some kind of moral victory.
Yeah, you
It's
spend it on a
2 fivers
crunchy
there.
and it snaps in
Sam's-
half in your pocket.
As ever, it's taking a little while to pay up.
Yeah,
What's slightly ironic about that is that fiver actually got from Hulk Hogan, who's more famous than Chris Evans. If we were playing a different game, I would have won. I've met the Hulk, good guy. But so we went to the Groucho. We got invited to the Groucho by Chris Evans, but he left without us. So we then looked for somebody that can get us in, and Trevor Locke got us in. Lovely bloke, isn't he, Trevor?
Lovely guy,
That's
Trevor
nice.
Locke.
It was really, and he really led us through Soho. It was fantastic. Like a little, we were like it were rats to his Pied Piper. It was fantastic. What I love about that area is that it's just sex shop, sex shop, sex shop, sex shop, and then there's one tea shop in the middle of it all. That is commitment, isn't it? That's fantastic. We won't be doing tits here. Just
What did the person say to you? Do you remember when they invited you in the disco?
No.
Was it you? When we were walking...
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Oh, it was really weird. He went, yeah. Disco. And I kind of wandered away. I went, no, thank you. And he went, it's all gay down there, mate. This is a normal disco that way. Like, well, I'm there. If it's normal, I'm there. It's bizarre. So we arrived in the Groucho. We were quite excited. But I thought there was going to be like I had this image of like waterfalls and, like dwarfs on unicycles and like really attractive ladies throwing...
To be fair, you always have that image.
Yeah, but
you had
like,
that image at Bristol Parkway
I
Station.
did, yeah. Oh, God, I got let down by that station. But where are they? You just got on the train, mate. Oh, get stuffed. And it wasn't any of that. It's just quite a nice pub. That was it. And then we get in, and how unlucky is this? You're in the Groucho, you think, there's going to be a ruddy-faced reveller who's going to come up to me and go, hey, do you want to take this drug? He'll give you wings or something like that and make your eyes turn into trampolines. I got talking to a fundamentalist Christian in the Groucho. How does that happen? How do you find yourself? Do you believe? What? What are you doing in here?
What was nice about that is John cut you loose. No, who cut you loose?
Him.
I rescued him.
Yeah, you rescued me.
I rescued you from the arms of the Lord.
You did. It was lovely. It was really great. And we sat down, we're all having a chat, and this is when Nimone starts her tirade against me and John.
It's not her fault, though. She's a woman. She's supposed to hate me.
That's correct. But she accused us. She said she was going to out us on air. She said that me and John were gay, which is fine. We're not.
I think she was kind of flirting.
Do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think she wanted us to... What, do you reckon... Nimone, you're saying that on air, that Nimone wanted us to dance for her? That dirty Jezebel. Is that the game she plays?
I wish women would stop flirting with me by sticking forks in my eye and calling me gay. Because it's very... I've read books about female... I thought it was when they play with their hair and point their feet at you.
That would have made
Turns out it's when they don't acknowledge you, except to say that where you live your life disgusts them in every way, and then they vomit on your face.
It would have made the street song a lot better, though, wouldn't it? I saw this girl on ITV the other day who said, if you throw pepper all over your food, she's probably keen. Wow. I liked it, but I don't... She said she was going to out us, so this is pretty much a preemptive strike. Nimone fancies Jet from Gladiators. Ooh, she's got pictures of her all over her wall. This is Nimone at home. Oh, Jet. Ooh, I'm Nimone from Six Music, and I love Jet.
A wooga.
A wooga indeed. That's that dealt with. In fact, that's it. She looks at Jet from Gladiators, and when she brings herself to climax, she shouts a wooga. I said I'd do it.
And on that bombshell.
Dealt with. So that was just before we had Imran. He was the winner of the game where we were collecting the celebrities' cards, and his show is on. What time is it?
1 till 2.
1 till 2
Today.
Today he's interviewing Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth.
Sonic Youth, yeah.
So do listen in. That'd be good. He's to be honest, me and John did this the day after the Radio 2 party. What was really lovely, we both got up. We were both wearing just our tux trousers and tops off, and
very homoerotic.
Exactly. And
If you're listening, Nimone.
if you're listening, Nimone, this won't be for you. But in a minute, I'll dress up as Wincy Willis, and you can bring yourself off. So what happened was
Wincy Willis.
What was really nice. John's fantastic for these. You know the moments after you've done something. He looked at me and went, right, here's a question for you. He went, favourite person at the party, Here you go. Favourite person at the party that you knew before and you did not know before. Continue. And I open straight away. The person I knew before, Rick Blacksill. We had a lovely chat. Good guy. Person who I didn't know was Imran Ahmed. Great guy. John, who was yours?
Yeah, I took it. Well, I wanted Ken Bruce as my person I didn't know before, but you argued I still don't know him now.
No, you screwed him over.
He said he was going to listen.
He won't be listening. He won't be up.
I like the thought that he isn't. I'd like to think he has a nice lady.
He's probably in an opium den or something.
Sex dungeon.
But
Sex dungeon. Apparently, allegedly, and all.
Yeah,
that.
we can't prove that Ken Bruce
just
is a
leave
sex
the guy
dungeon.
alone.
So I got.
When you've done what he's done in radio, then you can have a pop at Ken Bruce. Yeah?
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who do you like?
I like everyone, mate. I'm a good guy.
Oh, the party, you planet.
I'm taking Imran and Trevor Locke.
You're not taking him.
Oh.
I thought you went Andrew Collins. That is.
Andrew Collins, yeah. Oh, God,
That is
that's
harsh. You've
tense.
spoilt that.
No, but... Oh.
It's just Taser Sam. It's always fun. So that's what we
He
did.
was drunk, wasn't he?
Andrew Collins, yeah.
He swung me just by drinking a White Russian.
Yes.
Because I said, I kind of embarrassed myself by saying I only drink them because they drink them on the Big Lebowski. And he could have made me look like an idiot by going, oh, God. But he went, yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's
High
great.
fives all round.
For me, Whispering Bob Harris was the best man at the party.
Did you have a chat with him?
Yeah, genuinely told him I loved his work, and told Paul Gambaccini I loved his work as well.
What did they say back?
They were completely egoless. They had time for me, which was something.
Yeah, you got a wave off Gambaccini early doors,
Yeah,
didn't you?
absolutely. I think we both did. I'm pretty sure it was John
Yeah.
and me. I think we both mutually...
Hang on a minute.
John and I.
That's the other thing I forgot.
John and I.
No, John and me if it's the end of a sentence.
I've just remembered what you said.
John and I got away from Gambaccini, but Paul Gambaccini waved at John and me.
All right.
That's John's grammar lesson for this week.
All that to one side. Two questions. A, is it banana time? And B...
It's not banana time yet.
Okay. B, what you said in the morning. Yeah, I got myself into quite the situation in the toilets last night. Well, do you want to explain that? I'm not sure totally what happened. What happened? Well, I was urinating at the urinal, and you tell the story. This is great.
Two fellas, we're having this conversation over breakfast, which I cooked. So
Yeah, lovely.
that's just a nice added detail.
Yeah.
I went to the toilet. I remember that.
Oh God, Jesus! That sounded like the beginning of. That sounded like you were going to be just blacked out in like the beginning of a Crime Watch reconstruction. It was nothing like that.
There were two fellas micturating, having a bit of urinal banter.
Yep.
Always nice to overhear a bit of that. Both from Scotland.
No, it's not. I heard somebody at a urinal say the other day to his penis, "You've been a good boy, haven't you?" That's not nice. Go on, go on.
And one said, "Oh, where are you from?" And he said, "I'm from Edinburgh." And they chatted about that and found out where each other was from.
Yeah.
And then the one guy said, "Oh God, I've shagged some girls up there."
Scottish.
Valid.
And then the other guy went, I've shagged some boys too.
Scottish also.
Right,
Wow.
both Scottish, right? And then the first guy was a bit of an idiot, so he went, "Oh God, all right," and left the toilet, right? And I me and the other guy made eye contact, and I sort of laughed because it was funny to see someone react in that fashion. And he said, "I just got no time for all that homophobic, all that masculine nonsense, you know." So I thought, oh, he's not gay, but he just knew it would wind that guy up if he said he was. That's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never seen it. And he actually said, "I just like winding people up, you know." So I said, "Oh, that's really cool, that." And we were chatting up. We left the toilet. We were going up the stairs.
Bow now.
I can't remember what we were chatting about, but then at the top of the stairs, he went, "Oh, so you're no gay?" And I said, "No, I'm not gay." And he went, "Oh, come on, you are." And I went, "I'm pretty sure I'm not." And he went, "Oh, well, whatever."
Exactly.
And then walked off.
I heard him muttering, "Why doesn't he go put pepper on his cock?" Right, what we're going to do now is the part of the show where we're going to play Am I Normal?
Am I normal?
Am I normal?
Am I normal, or is it just I?
Am I normal?
That's really sinister at the end. Normal. This is, frankly, one of my favourite bits. This is the bit where we get to find out. It's really lovely, this, because every week people are texting in on 64046 or emailing russell.6music@bbc.co.uk, and it just makes you feel a little bit better about yourself because you realise that you're not odd. There's been some really good... I mean, it must be fantastic for you, John, because, let's be honest, before we started this show, John thought that that he was an outcast. He was a bit weird, and that people were. He thought that he was walking along the street, and people go, "Oh, look at that poor bloke counting the pigeons." Now he's their leader. That's what's great. There've been emails to Jon proclaiming him to lead them. It's fantastic. Obviously, very specific. They're not going to have random meetings. So the Am I Normals. What have you got this week? What you got, Sam?
Well, this week it's about towel wearing, and it relates back to the swimming pool incident, but I can only wear my towel in one way, and that's like Caesar. And I've never been able to wear it normally. You have it over one shoulder, you have it right around your chest, and you almost proclaim, because it always makes my girlfriend laugh. But I cannot wear a towel simply around my waist.
That needs to be a big towel.
Yeah, I'm in trouble if it's a small towel, and in fact it's slightly disturbing if it's a small towel,
So
but it's still worn that way.
Here's the next question. If you do have a small towel, are you covering your nipples or your cock and two balls?
I think you know that. Well, you don't blatantly, but it is the shoulder, it is the nipples.
Really?
I will go bottomless, but yeah.
Oh, that's
I've got a slightly regal tone then as well.
That's the best kind of nakedness, that, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, because it's nonchalant.
Yeah. It's like it's a really fantastic bit in the Dylan Moran live DVD, which if you haven't listened to, you should. It's absolutely brilliant, where he has a really great thing about the best way of being naked is just to be naked from the waist down. Just wearing it, because then it just accentuates the nakedness. Absolutely brilliant. If you haven't, that's one of the best stand-up DVDs you can get. So that's Sam's Am I Normal?
Damn right.
If you're into that, if you wear your towel in a specific way, girls.
You're not a freak like that?
No, I just wear a towel normally. Sometimes I towel dry.
Yeah, I never wear a towel.
Really?
Really? Well,
this towel's not to be worn. It's not a piece of clothing. It's just a perfunctory tool.
You've got no respect for towels anymore.
Yeah, you're a wiper, aren't you?
I'll get out and I'll dry up. I'll have taken clean boxes in with me.
That's the thing with Jon. It's nothing's haphazard. There'll be a system.
Because one day you'll forget your towel and then you're in real trouble.
Oh, I've done that.
That's not nice.
Great. When you've got into a situation where you've either shivered yourself dry, or, as I've been in many situations, you've had to dry yourself off with toilet paper. It doesn't get any grubbier than that, and you just look like you've been for like a peel. You're an 80-year-old lady who's been to a spa and you've just got these bits, and then at the end of the evening you're like literally peeling off bog roll off yourself. It's not a good look, But you must have done that. Have you never? What's the weirdest thing you've dried yourself with a hairdryer? That's quite good.
I dried myself with a flannel once.
Did you?
That was a low point. I think that was the incident that spurred me on into making sure I never forgot a towel again. That's what's amazing about you. You'll clean yourself with toilet paper, probably used.
Yeah.
Because there's no toilet paper because you've forgotten to buy toilet paper as well.
Yeah.
And next time, you won't think, oh God, what happened last time? I dried myself with soiled paper, so I make sure I take a towel this time. And you will forget a towel the next 4 times as well.
My dad once washed himself with a dog. Wiped himself off with a dog. Like a chamois.
Kind of negates having had a bath, surely. Wiping yourself with a wet dog.
No.
If you'd have fallen off your chair, then that would have been me gone for the rest of the show.
What's just happened there is I nearly fell off my chair, and the idea that I could have fallen off my chair made Jon giggle. So what's your Am I Normal this week? That could be one of them. You just love watching people. You must love watching Casualty. Go on. The drugs in his face.
Oh,
It's
the blood.
I tell you, I'm one of the few people who watches You've Been Framed still. I have one on video that's an absolute classic. Yesterday I watched, we had Arabic TV in our hotel, and I watched an Arabian version of Dogs Do the Funniest Things, and just watched animals picking stuff up and falling over, and wet myself.
Excellent.
Ah.
How great is that? But that transcends all the cultural divides, doesn't it? A cat jumping up and opening a door is funny no matter what language you speak.
We could learn a lot from the dogs and cats.
But that's what, when Live 8 was on last year, that I was watching Animals Do the Funniest Things on the other channel, and it just far surpassed it. What are you going to do? What, you're trying to save the world? That is a squirrel on a jet ski.
Give us your bunny.
Exactly. If you can combine the two, then you're really onto something. So what's your Am I Normal? That's right. It's fine, Jon. It's fine.
I will rate a bar stroke restaurant on the quality of the hand dryer in the toilets, and I will revisit places, even if I don't like them that much, if they have a good hand dryer. Right. Namely, the Ultra Dry 2. And I won't say the brand name, but if you get into a toilet and you see the words Ultra Dry 2 written before you wash your hands, get ready to have one of the best toilet experiences. Because a good hand dryer swings a bad one feels like a pervert breathing on your hands.
If you walk into a toilet and you see a young man tapping one of those and going, very good, leave that toilet because you're in real trouble.
I have a picture
unless you've got
of
a
an
Scottish
Ultra Dry
accent.
2 on my mobile phone.
Is that right?
Yes.
You've also got a photo of me with the words gay written on my chest.
I have, if you're listening, Namone.
Yeah, exactly. That could be our Am I Normal for our flatmate John. Our flatmate Nobbler, I should say. He's taken photos of himself.
Yeah, well, let's not go into that.
Oh.
If you leave your laptop around, just make sure, for example, there aren't any pictures of your own paraphernalia on it. I'll never not. Oh,
our flatmate's really great. He's been taking photos of himself with his Apple Mac. But the other day, like in Memento, he drawn stuff all over himself and then taken a picture of him naked. John is rummaging through his photos.
Not rummaging. He left his laptop on the table.
You shouldn't go through them. You shouldn't go through them. That's the
Do you know why his laptop was out? Because he was showing a photo. And what photo was he showing, Russell?
Hey, come on, mate. Let's have a bit of fun.
He was showing a photo of you and him in leather jackets with no pants on. And he told me, I said, you've come out quite well of that. And he said, yeah, well, we did several takes because I had to experiment with the lighting to make sure it looked like I had a six-pack.
We were very bored. But John was doing a gig in Bristol. So I said, hey, let's put some leathers on, take our tops off, strut down Jesters. That'll be good. Got absolutely nothing. We were just freezing. We had to walk. What's them queers with leathers on? It's right, it's a joke. It's just a joke. We're going to Jesters. You want to help your army? Anyways, that could be one of my Am I Normals. My one this week is, when I'm near a cliff, I have an overwhelming desire to jump off it.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, that's tricky. You know when you're very near a cliff and this voice goes, jump, now is the time, now! But you kind of go, no, come on, let's have a sausage roll.
Yeah, you get the what if, don't you? What if?
Yeah. And the other one is, my girlfriend Carissa's got this. She was saying every matric exam she's ever been in, she's felt a real desire just to start shouting. Just for the hell of it, and I really wish she'd done that. That would be really great, wouldn't it? Just, but she's never done it.
Do you not find that cliff thing? Do you not find that with, like, open flames and stuff? You just want to put your hand in it?
Yeah.
And knives?
Do you ever move on to the who would mourn sort of in a conversation?
Your own funeral?
Yeah, who would mourn?
I've made myself cry reenacting my brother's funeral. That's sad. I did that on a paper round, and I did my entire speech. I got home like floods of tears. My mum, what happened? Oh, sorry. Bit awkward this. Let's hope he isn't at home and nothing bad's open. Dan, if you're listening, text me in 64046 or email russell.6music@bbc.co.uk. But on the plus side, I've got it planned. So
yeah, if anything has happened, it'll be great radio because he's rehearsed his speech. That is sinister, mate.
Yeah.
And on a paper round, how old were you?
I was about 13.
Right.
Properly, they're great paper rounds though, because I've like you sing an album, you get some. That's where my everybody listen to me and come and suck my balls. That's where that came from.
Oh yeah, when's that coming out again?
That isn't due out yet, but
right.
We are in talks with DVD companies. It's going to be like an interactive DVD. It's going to be me saying the phrase "suck my balls" to various songs.
Yeah.
Ding dong merrily and I come over here and suck my balls.
Well, it is Christmas.
Exactly. That's the I'm dreaming of you sucking my balls. It goes
And
on.
what song's that?
That's Sucking My Balls by me. That's volume 1. But there's many. I've got variations. Touch My Nuts is another one. Hey, have a lick at my elbow. All kinds. That could be on my Am I Normal. Whenever I hear a song that I really like, I then see if I can get the phrase suck my nuts into it. I'm pretty much doing every song. The other one I was thinking about, Am I Normal? We had a text in, and I agree with this. This is from Annie in Barnsley, and she says whenever she sees an animal, she has an overwhelming desire. If she has a hat on, she will take that hat off her, put it onto the animal, and then and it's always a really weird noise that you give the animal. Hello, I'm a dog wearing a hat. You can't not do it, and I'm totally with her on that. You know, tea cozy on a dog.
Yeah, they've never got a monotone, sensible voice.
Yeah.
Always slightly deranged in the voice department.
Absolutely.
I don't really go for hats. Sunglasses on a dog.
Sunglasses are a
very
big
funny.
challenge to resist.
I tell you what's very good, a scarf, so that you make him look a bit like Audrey Hepburn.
My dog used to do impressions, my dog. Used to do...
Go on.
If you sort of pulled his ears back and stretched his head, not like a lot, just like a vigorous stroke, he looked like a seal.
Yep.
And
he did. You showed me that.
Yeah. And if you pricked his ears up, he looked like a fox. And then if you did seal, but then brought it forward, he looked like a bear. Very talented dog.
My dog Bonnie looked like Dobby from Harry Potter. You didn't have to do anything. You can improve it just by clicking near her, but she just looked like Dobby. It wasn't a good look. She's dead now.
So's my dog.
All right.
What is it with dogs dying?
Well, that is
that's
a big
off.
question. Do you want to text us in 64046? Email russell.6music@bbc.co.uk. Later on, John, we'll have the chance to play God. Maybe that could be the thing you do. No dogs ever die.
Well, you had 12-day dogs, was it, the other week?
I did, yeah.
That's a fab idea.
Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, I went to it with manufacturers and they told me to get out.
Yeah, I would have thought maybe like a 20-year dog would be better. Because let's be honest, the worst part of having a dog is when it dies. So why not make that happen so soon?
Profound. Got one here from Nathan Leonard. If I miss the first 5 minutes of a film or TV program, even if it's something I really want to watch, I can't watch it. I have to see things from the beginning to the end, or not at all. Have fun, Nathan. Get Sky Plus. That solves that. This is from Sudarshan, near London. No, northwest London. I have lost count of how many girls I have slept with. Am I normal? Nope.
Sounds like you're a bit of a dick.
I'll never run the risk of forgetting how many people I've slept with.
Yeah, the only reason I have any doubt is because it depends on how you define slept with.
Yeah, exactly.
I've fallen asleep in the company of a lot of women, but it's more of a protection measure.
You never see somebody say that, do you? Do you know I've lost count of the amount of ladies I've disappointed? Just smoking a cigarette. You know, many women I very nearly brought to the brink of orgasm, but I failed time and time again. God, I'm really bad. I'd love that. It'd be great. You never see a cad who's really crap.
Frankly, I'm the master of disappointment.
Wouldn't it be fantastic if Stringfellow went, I've done it loads, but I'll be honest, I am not very good.
I bet he has. I imagine he isn't.
What, you imagine
Stringfellow.
What? Oh, he's got game. No, he makes him tug on his ponytail. That's why
I bet he's got more than one ponytail.
Yeah, that's why with his chest hair, he kind of twizzles it together so that it meets in the middle, pulls it down, puts a bit of lucky band there, and goes, right,
Lucky band.
you can pull top or pull middle. I'm like, strike it lucky, me. Don't go downstairs, love.
Yeah.
Right, it's time for the news. We've had some really good texts in for the Am I Normal concerning the death of dogs, apparently why they can't live for 20 years. One of the main reasons for dogs dying is the fatal condition of ingrowing Renault Clios. Pretty bleak. Howdy lads, great
I
show.
don't understand.
She's saying that cars hit them.
Oh, okay.
Howdy lads. Why do they hate me? Howdy lads, great show. In my art class, my mate Becky has to go around all the tables in the classroom and colour coordinate all the pencil crayons before she'll do any work. Is she normal? That's from Emma in Manchester. How old are you, Emma? I'd be quite scared if you're 6, that's fine. You know, but if you're 20, that's a little bit. I bet you're quite good at art, weren't you?
No.
Hey, you're all right. You did that picture of me that time. You did it. How lovely is this? When we first met, he drew a picture of me and my friend Mark and then gave it to us.
That's probably excellent.
Yeah, it was.
That was when I used to do stuff. I used to live on my own. I used to do stuff.
But that is a really...
You've got to get better at stuff. That's why I had my keyboard up for so
Oh,
long.
how great is
I
this?
learned to play the piano. I'm going
John.
to do art. I'm going to write a book.
Yep.
And now I just do nothing.
No, you don't. Come on,
Sit
man.
and play on the Xbox.
We're getting very good at that.
We are getting a lot better at that.
Yeah.
We've had a good week.
It's tricky though, isn't it? Because Pro Evo Soccer has now kind of been upgraded. It's not as good as it was. We used to have
It's like
some...
any game, though. You've just got to learn which buttons to press.
Is
We
it
were
harder?
good at
Is
the
that
old
what it
one.
means? It's harder now.
It's just difficult. We're just not quite getting there. Oh, this is a really great Am I Normal? Whenever I go to a train station, I want to jump on the tracks and see if it will stop for me. That's Becca and Barry. Now, I can answer this. It won't.
Yeah.
Becca, please don't do this to prove a point, all right?
Yeah.
Now, come on,
It's
mate.
not right.
Exactly, don't do that. Just
You're arguing with physics there. If you want to set yourself a challenge, just sort of step in front of a dog and see if it walks around you. Don't. I mean, it's,
really? I don't think a
the
dog...
driver will brake, but physics will dictate that you'll still get hit by the train. It's not that no one loves you. It's just that
Yeah, I mean, kids, if you're listening at home,
What I love about that...
coefficient of friction on the brakes is not sufficient.
That's another one that you catchphrases.
Mu R.
What I love about it
Is
is...
it mu R?
It
I don't
ca-
know why I'm looking at you.
Mu R. It's a noise that a cat makes, isn't it? It's-
The cats are on their West Country.
Yeah, no. That's a cat who's fallen out of a high-rise block of flats. Meow. It's not how you said it before, Darren. Meow. I quite like the fact that you said a dog is going to avoid you and walk around you. Like dogs are that very determined. Oh, look, a human. I better skittle out of the way of him.
don't want to smack into him.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. I mean, talk of Dogland. What have you got, Sam?
I've got a great one here saying it's from H in Southeast 16. I give people theme tunes.
It used to be in Steps.
Yeah, exactly. Longfall.
Gives people theme tunes.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's
there you
nice.
Any indication?
Nothing. He's just it's a one-liner. Presumably, it's enough to set us off.
What theme tune would you have?
Would I have? Probably. Now I'm going to say the Funeral March and come along as hideous. So I'm going to go for the Imperial March from Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Although, frankly, if I'm honest, it's probably the Ewok song that plays at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Dun dun,
Yeah,
down down. Yeah, that'd be
I'd
fun.
love to be the Imperial March, but it ain't happening. So
So how about you then?
Ewok.
I don't know. I think I'm having the music off the Stellar advert. Na, 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 na. You can't do
That's
Suck My Balls to
genuinely-
that. If you can do Suck
Can't
My
do it.
Balls to that.
Okay, hit me.
Na, na, na,
Everybody.
That's cheating. That's just talking over the song.
Hey, some of my tunes are just rap. Keep going, keep going.
yeah,
This
you're
is-
damn right there.
This is nice.
Na,
So-
na, 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 na.
My balls.
Na, 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 na.
If someone's listening now, then what's happened? Have all the CDs broke?
Aled Jones has let himself go.
Hey, that sounded a bit like Cats then, which we went to watch this week. Holy mother.
Oh, I told you not to go. Don't start on Cats. You can't
Unbelievable.
argue.
Now,
There's-
hopefully, this will spark off a debate because I went with my close friend John.
Well, let's have banana time as well. Let's get this
Okay.
fired up. I
It's
ain't,
time.
I ain't
It's
taking
time.
on Cats without a banana.
oh,
Just
God.
pop that one down there.
Okay,
Banana
this is me
stuff.
opening the banana.
These are massive
They are.
bananas.
Yeah, they're big bananas.
I thought they were plantains at first.
John,
I didn't
please.
want to look like an idiot.
So, we went to watch Cats, and we've actually got some music that we can play underneath it. Should we whack that up now? Yeah, let's have it really quiet, or I'll vomit out my
Let's
eyes.
have it really loud and just bask in the glory of a great piece.
So basically what happened,
Conjuring time.
I physically can't. Can we have that really low? Because that's going to drive me insane.
Oh, I'll sing it.
It was unbelievable, Sam, right? I went there primarily to impress my girlfriend, you know, to kind of go, yeah, I'm cultured. Went there, you know when you're falling asleep, and it's just all these kind of like big-eyed, like, old women, right?
What you said on the way in is look at all these weirdos, and they looked no different from the average comedy audience. They're just better people.
You see, he's played that like it's a 15-1 audience.
I went in and I thought, well, I'll really try and enjoy this.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You thought, if I hate this, it'll be good for the show, because I'll wind John up, tell him that something he loves is crap.
Not true, not true. But all right, answer this. All Cats is a register of cats. They just wander on and go, hello, I'm a cat and I live in a tree. I'm another cat and I'm friends with a taxi. Oh, there's no point to it. And you can take the intellectual argument, well, it's based on the poetry of T.S. Eliot.
It's not supposed to be intellectual.
But
It's
what
about
is it then?
dancing and fun and good music and people dressed like cats. You were just angry at yourself because you didn't feel anything, because you're dead inside.
I'm not dead inside.
When Mr. Mistopheles does his little pirouette turn, and incidentally, if you're listening, Mistopheles, I saw you fall over in Bristol. You tried to cover it by getting up and spinning back round. We all saw you fall, mate, and that's why I didn't clap when you got an encore. But if you didn't feel anything, then you can't... See, this is your problem. You're slightly arrogant about stuff like this, that if I don't like something you like, you'll say, you're an idiot, mate.
No,
you're an idiot,
not
because
true.
Rufus Wainwright is the best thing that's ever happened to planet Earth. If
Well-
you don't like something I like, I'm an idiot for liking it, and Cats is rubbish. You can't attack Cats. Cats sells more tickets per week than other stuff.
So does Heat magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people need... What the problem I had with it, right, if you're going to do a musical based on poetry, then do something with Wilfred Owen. You know,
You
it's-
can't
it's
be
a suit.
pretentious
No,
all the
because
time. You're
they-
saying there shouldn't be Mitch Hedberg. All comedy should have to be about Iraq. Just
No.
back off and enjoy yourself.
But I
Your
can't
problem
enjoy
is,
it.
Here's
What
the
I'm saying-
attitude you went in with. You said to
Let me speak.
Look
Let
at
me
these
speak."
weirdos. I thought you were above all this.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did. You said exactly that. You said, I'm really disappointed in you two. I thought you were above all this.
I just don't get it. When you know, the great thing about music is it's someone singing from their soul, expressing something to a nice tune that I haven't thought
Bombs.
before or that I've seen before, and it resonates deep in my soul. When there is a man, like a drama student, dressed up as a moggy, going, "I'm a cat, I live with other cat," I'm sat there bored out of my skull, going, "When are you going to excite me? When are you going to show me something about
When
the world?"
are you going to excite me?
Well,
I
the
fell
machine
asleep.
guns
Lord.
didn't...
I fell asleep. The best thing about it was the ice cream. That was incredible. Absolutely delicious. And we went to Nando's afterwards.
Yeah,
That was
that's how much you enjoyed yourself. That you took your vegetarian girlfriend for a meal at Nando's.
good. Well, I haven't come out this well. at
Way
all.
to impress her. I'm going to fall asleep on your shoulder, dribble on your breasts while you watch something you love. Then I'm going to take you to a restaurant where you can't eat any of the food.
John is hitting the audience hard with what we know as PLs. Now, you can text
With
on...
what? Oh, get
You,
stuff.
you can text us with on 64046 or email russell.6music@bbc.co.uk to tell us
Unbelievable.
what you thought of
Please
Cats.
text in if you like Cats.
Yeah, or text in if you don't, because...
Phantom,
T.S.
anything.
Eliot.
Text in for the arts.
Well, no, see, that's the different. I'm willing to go and watch something that's, that's about something, but when it's Cats singing at me, the only one I liked was that white one.
Yeah,
She
you
was
liked her
unbelievably...
because she bent in the right direction.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what's wrong? You weren't even imagining what the woman who is inside the costume looks like. You were aroused by the cat.
I was. That's a fair point. It's horrible, that, when you...
That's pretty good.
Because I was trying to enjoy it, and then my brain started went, oh, that cat there's quite nice. I wonder if... Would I? Yeah, probably would.
Oh, well...
And he was down the front, tingling. It was quite giddy to watch John getting into it, but...
Was he properly there? He was in the moment.
It was horrific. Let's end this. This is Six Music, not... There we go.
6 Cats.
Let's have Block Party. Now, this is good. The Prayer by Block Party. This is
Oh,
music.
what's this about? Is this going to get in touch with me? They're going to sing this from the heart?
Yeah.
Is this about blocks?
They don't
And
dress
all
as cats.
the blocks went and had a party once?
No,
Oh,
that's-
there's Mr. Breeze Block.
But that's Cats! But that is Cats. What's the point? What's the story of Cats?
It's about cats.
Gotcha.
Clearly. Oh, no.
Go on, what's the story?
No, stick it.
Stick it.
Stick it.
What's the story of Cats? Tell me.
I'm not telling you. If you don't know, then you're dead inside.
The
and
story-
make me look like an idiot.
The
for
story of
liking
Cats is
dance.
there's a register, a load of
If
cats
you're
go,
listening, Damone.
I'm a cat, I'm a cat, I'm a cat, I'm a cat. I'm a prostitute cat who used to be pretty when I was little. Oh, I hope I die. And then the old one, Deuteronomy, comes on and goes, you'll die soon. She dies, goes to heaven, everyone goes home. I'm sat there baffled thinking, I'm off to Nando's.
Don't you dare put this record on
Okay.
and not let me have an argument back.
Go on
Because
then.
the point is that cats don't do all that. It's personification. There's a cat who used to work in the theatre. You were going to do that then as well. You were going to put Block Party on and win the argument just because you've got the button that puts Block Party on.
No?
Cats don't... There's a cat who lived in the theatre who sings all about the plays he's been in. Do you know, cats don't really do that. You have to stretch your imagination a bit. You've talked to a dog.
Yeah.
Imagine you whoa.
Go on, hit me.
Here's one.
Yeah, what is it? What is it?
Don't let him get away with that.
Was wishing your Let's Play God was wishing that dogs could talk,
Mm-hmm.
and I present you with cats that can not only talk but talk in key and dance, and you just stare at them like they're idiots.
I'm not saying them they're idiots. I felt really disappointed for them because when they were at drama school, they probably wanted to be in films, not dressed up as a cat. And I thought that's really sad. They'll never do something they really want, so they have to dress up as a cat and dance before me, a bored young man. That's
you
not
thought
right.
it was just for you. Put Block Party on. I'm
Let's
getting
play-
out of
Oh,
it.
that was great. You sound like put bloody Block Party. I'm off out to smash up some stuff.
Where's the Radio 3 building?
Yeah, exactly. You get out there. We've had some texts in about the conversation. Well, it wasn't really a conversation. It was a slangy match between me and John about the musical Cats. Cats is the poetry of T.S. Eliot put to music! ! What could be more cultural? Swine. However, as a rule, Andrew Lloyd Webber is evil. That's quite nice. David in Southend. It's quite nice to have a rule on that. Do you know what I mean? I quite like the idea that you have a shower before you get in the pool, and rule number 2, Andrew Lloyd Webber's evil.
So that's one for me, that.
That's one for you. Here's one for me. I'm with you, Russell. Cats is the theatrical
Is this from a
equivalent.
girl?
Nope, this is from a boy. Oh, it's clearly not going to be from a girl after what
Well,
you...
they hate me, so that's bias.
The lines you just gave. I quite like cats. Yeah, right. I'm with you, Russell. Cats is the theatrical equivalent of a frontal lobotomy. I would rather eat cat litter than sit through it again.
Well, I'd rather
Yeah.
watch you eat cat litter.
Same here. That would
Let's
be
go
more...
and get some now.
Okay, what, me?
Anyone.
What, you want to see
Just want to
some...
watch someone eat cat litter. I'm tired of people.
What have you got, Sam?
Sounds like we need a decider. Usually, I'd be more than willing to defend John and his unusual taste, but when I saw Cats, it was so boring that it made me want to self-harm. Rick from Durham.
Exactly, Rick's right.
Oh, Rick. I can't
Correct,
believe
Rick.
I've lost Rick. That was a lot of market share going there. Rick, you've really let me down there. Phantom of the Opera, Rick, text back.
Well, absolutely.
Maybe we'll go and watch Mary Poppins.
Well, I tell you what, right? I'm willing to change my ways.
Don't watch Phantom of the Opera, because this will happen again. It's too long for you,
I think we need to get him to the line.
Why is it too long for me?
Because you can't watch anything for more than 19 minutes.
Yeah, well, I need to reset myself.
You can't just walk out in Phantom and go, here, pause it, because I'm going to go and get an ice cream and a banana.
Wouldn't that be great? If you could
Let's go
pause
see the
real
cinema.
life.
If you could pause theatre, if you could just say, hold that magical moment you're creating for me so I can pause it when I've been to the toilet, done wee-wee and plop-plop and had an ice cream.
I don't have an ice cream when I'm doing wee and plop plop.
That's part of the magic. It's happening then. They're dancing now. What if he falls? Ooh.
He did fall.
I'm not even... I've got myself in a corner. You see, Rick, I've lost Rick now. I'm not saying Cats is the best musical. I'm saying Cats is the only musical on in Bristol on Monday, and I went to see it, and I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's better than all the other ones.
No.
Oh, God.
You're all right. Hey, look
I've had
look
a
him
bad
up. Look
show.
at me.
What?
We're buddies. It's fine for us not to get on about this, all right?
You only went to...
Whoa. Hey, come here. I'm with you. You can put as much pepper on your food as you like. To hell
Why
with
does she
her.
attack me when I'm having my dinner?
Hey, to hell with her. It's fine. She likes cats. That's a bit awkward, isn't it? It's going to be fine. We're going to get through this.
Didn't even put that much pepper on.
Whoa.
Just a little bit
Whoa.
on the veg.
Whoa.
I didn't...
She does.
Sam,
She can't
just,
tell you.
Just rub him a little
The
bit.
meat had
You're
gravy on it.
There you go. Right. You better now? Oh, no,
not you.
jeez,
It's
you
not
rubbed
you.
him too much. Right, there's some brilliant news stories this week. Let's get into that. My favourite, there's been a love story. You'll like this, John. It's a pelican has fallen in love with a lady who nursed it back to health. Did you see this? The bird flew from the Isle of Man, landed in Northumberland, got sick, and Alexis Bailey, 47, turned it on. We've got no proof, though. The only thing you've got is that apparently that this pelican fell in love with a lady. It was a picture in all the papers on Thursday of the lady staring adoringly at the pelican, and the pelican putting what looks like its beak into its throat, trying to slit its own throat. You know, that
She's
doesn't
not
look like...
well. She's a monster.
Do you think so?
Yeah, big time.
Hey, that's quite interesting. Have you ever had an animal fall in love with you?
Not as I can recall. Hulk Hogan.
Nice. The Ultimate Warrior had a bit of a thing for you as well.
Oh, that's true.
My girlfriend's cat, Wooski, is pretty much in love with me. And her dad thinks it's a gay cat.
Why is it always the dad? Dad always, it's almost like a dad has a gaydar for pets. It's never a mum going, "Ooh, that's new." It's always still going, that dog ain't right.
All people think their pets are gay. I've never met anyone
What?
with a pet. I've never met anyone with a pet who doesn't think their pet is gay. There's always... It's one of those things...
Spies
when the
about as far as they'll go.
When a conversation dies around the coffee table, they go, "Here, Magical Mr. Mistopheles is gay." Because they've named their cat Magical Mr. Mistopheles.
How wonderful is that? We've never been to a dinner party, but I love the idea that, you know, I imagine dinner parties, they're chatting about politics and going, "What do you think about these rules where political critics have gone mad?" Dies down. Tell you what.
The cat...
That dog ain't right.
My cat the other day, right, I'm looking out my window, he's jumped on another cat. That's a male cat. Never. I haven't got any gay
The
pets.
cat will come in and rub up against you, and the old woman who's at the dinner party, I don't know what she's doing there, but she'll say, "Oh, he only likes the men, that one." Oh, look, my dog used to, was indiscriminate, let's say.
Yeah, free flow.
Your dog put it about?
Well, only with trouser legs, but he liked something to get hold of. Do you know what I mean? He wanted a leg that was going to fight back.
That was one of the greatest things I saw, your dog trying to climb up the stairs and climb in, because his dog got really fat, and it was like
It
almost...
wasn't really fat.
It was a pretty fat. He used to give him
fat dogs rock.
He gave him far too many sneakies. He was a really great dog. But watching him climb up the stairs, it was fantastic. But not as good as watching him climb down, because his eyes were going, "Oh, here we go again." And there was always the chance that his arse would flop over his body and flop down. He was a great dog. Dogs are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, continuing this love story, right? This woman says about the pelican, "He looks right into my eyes, puts on what I can only describe as a mating display. He loves to take my hair in his beak or hands and play with them in his mouth. He also likes my shoelaces, right? I don't encourage him," she says afterwards.
Yeah.
Now, you know,
You shouldn't have to say that, should you?
Exactly. The thing I worry about, imagine how weird's it going to be, because basically she basically, to go on, what she said, he's been there 2 months, he's going back to the Isle of Man soon because he's much better. Hopefully when he sees other pelicans, he'll get over me. Of course he'll get over you. It's just a holiday romance, isn't it? He's just flown up there, had a bit of a thing. He's probably telling his mates, "Yeah, I met this girl up here, she's alright, yeah, coming back soon, yeah, nah, she's alright, go, yeah. Nah, shoelaces, that's right, yeah, I've touched her shoelaces." What I feel sorry for is imagine her next boyfriend.
It's all a bit Cape Fear. He's a bit of a stalker, frankly, the flamingo.
But imagine that, she were like, "Oh, you're really nice. Oh, what do you do?" "I look after birds." "Oh, really? Is there anything else, you know, that I should know about?" "Who's that?" And just imagine having to go with that if he's in the background just flying. There's no way you're having a relationship after you've been stalked by a bird.
Sounds to me, though, if she's... Because a bit where she says, "What does he do?" And
Yeah.
she says, "Oh, he nibbles my hair and goes for my shoelaces." He's just trying to bite her and trip her up.
Absolutely. I bet she turns up to work with like bird seed all over her. Like that. "Oh, he's all over me again, is he?" Who'd have thought that?
She's a tease.
Maureen, have you got worms up your bum? No, what you're on about. Don't know what you're on about.
Shipment of trill. Oh!
Yeah, if all that be for me, douse myself. That's a great. There's been some really weird love stories as well. John picked up on one this week about a man. A man has branded his wife with the initials BM
Yeah.
on her arse, wasn't it?
That's about it. Wedding night, climb into bed. That'll be you, mine then. And he branded to keep men away.
So
To keep men folk away from
Surely,
his wife's butt
if you get to the butt, yeah, I mean that's already missed the point.
But the way I read it was that he was branding her, which must have been a very... Because I didn't know it was in the bed, I thought it was during the ceremony.
That used to mean something different in that studio, the studio.
Yeah, but nice. But what a ta-da. But I thought that it was going to be, do you take this man to be your lawful wedded husband? Yeah, we do. You may kiss the bride, and then him... But in the bed, that is all that wooing up to that moment. And he must have just flipped, because you don't... Well, no, he didn't flip. He must have planned that.
Yeah. He's obviously an idiot, and she must be an idiot to go for that as well. But, you know...
She didn't go for it. She went to, like, a woman's support agency and went, he's done this to me, look.
If you live in a village where there's a woman's support agency, have you been branded buttock-like by your husband? Then you just move away.
But he's a fool, because he just put BM there.
Yeah, his middle name's Umberto.
Oh, what? That's very nice. Well, I thought BM, because then he means he's going to show her bum and go, no one else can touch her. What about Bob Mortimer? He's allowed, that's fine. He hasn't thought it through. What, Barry Mitkins that lives in the village down the road? You're a fool to yourself, Bruno.
He's created a world of pain for himself.
It doesn't mean anything, 2 letters. I mean, once you're looking at a woman's behind, it's already got to a stage where you're not going to go, oh, I don't like those 2 letters of the alphabet. Especially if your name was like Hidalgo Inoya or something, and you pull her pants down and it says hi. You're just going to stir you on, if anything. But it doesn't make you right, Brando with get off these bums.
Premises.
Do you reckon Wincy Willis has done that? Wow. Incredible. But as if you're going to get... As if you're
MM. Oh, sorry, yeah, turn around.
Sorry. But the thing I find weird about it is that the idea that somebody's going to... You know, because it's to ward off men. As if, you know, if you've got to that stage of lovemaking and, as John put it, you pull down her pants, then you see BM, you're suddenly going to go, oh no, sorry about that, love. I didn't know you was owned. How wrong is that?
The wedding ring was my first clue, but when I saw his name on your arse, that's when I really knew.
Yeah, that's when I thought, this is too much. The news story. So, this is the one that I picked up, I thought, which is really cool. Do you boys sleepwalk?
No.
No, I talk in my sleep.
Oh yeah, you do. That's fantastic.
What one did I do in... There was one I did in Spain. I shouted something like, you're all swines.
Yeah, it was quite
Really
old-fashioned. It was really great. Yeah, you sir the braggarts. What?
I woke myself up once screaming. I was screaming in my dream, really. Ah! But when I woke up, I was just going... Ah!
My friend Reese is a brilliant sleepwalker. If I've got the story correct, I think I have. He was sleepwalking and he grabbed hold of Keris, my girlfriend, and was protecting her from the ghosts that were trying to attack, apparently. And
Spectres.
Yeah, but she just woke up and it's just, what are you doing? And he went, oh, sorry, and then goes back to bed. But he really still suffers. He's a real wanderer. I'd hate that. But there's a really great bloke. It's a bloke who was caught sleepwalking this week in a hotel in Devon, and he woke up 3 o'clock in the morning wearing only a vest, nothing else. Absolutely, he's 70 years old. He hadn't got his glasses. He's got no vision. The only thing he can see is the phone. Panic sets in, so he dials 999, and he asks for the police to help him back to his room. And they turned up, which is really lovely, isn't it? And I don't want to be patronising to the people of Devon, but that probably indicates there isn't much crime going on. I like to think maybe there's a blue telephone. Sarge, look! The blue phone! Must be a naked man in a hotel. Let's get down there. Bring your gun. You never know what might happen. There's a badger on the loose. What a day we're having. And but they escorted him back to his room. But the first thought I think, imagine that if you wake up. It could have been much worse. Imagine if he'd have been caught in the tornado. If he was staying in a guest house, the tornado in London, and 3 in the morning, it rips away. There's no way you can explain that story. You're just caught forever. You're that bloke. That's why I thought about the how unlucky. First of all, is that right?
Damn
That
right.
just a tornado in one street in London is unbelievable, and it shows. I was on about this at a gig in Cardiff yesterday. It shows the level of anger and jealousy towards people of London that you kind of go, oh, it's bad what happened in London, isn't it, about the tornado? Some bloke in Cardiff actually went, serves them right, they've had it coming. How ridiculous. Like somehow Cockneys have been angering the gods. Up there's this deity, jelly and eel does not go together. It's ridiculous. But the spirit, me and John were on the best, the spirit of Londoners was really great, wasn't it? It was that thing of, oh, my house is broke down. Ah, well, never mind.
Build a new one, why not?
Took that a bit too well for me.
Oh, really?
I just didn't believe it. Because it was quite a nice area, wasn't it? So they were quite, well-to-do people on the radio saying, damn mate, I'll get a new ass, damn mate. But that morning he was on his way to work going, 3-minute delay on the Bakerloo line, this country's going to dogs, I've had enough, I'm moving to Spain, I'm not paying any tax, I hate it. House is burnt, damn mate.
What would have been lovely if somebody just popped some red shoes underneath one of the houses. But we were saying as well, what would have been really, really great if you'd had an argument with your neighbours across the road and then their house falls down. You're feeling pretty good about yourself. I like to think there's an 8-year-old boy who's kicked his ball over the neighbour's house the day before. Can I have my ball back, please, mister? No, you can't. Kicking balls near my garden. Oh, please. No, I'll get you back. What are you going to do about it? The next day, his house, and just a ball rolls towards this boy. That's what happens, you mess with me, dickhead. That'd be quite nice. But, that's my imagination running havoc. I doubt that happened.
They took that too well, though, didn't they?
They did take it well, but what was great about it was that they were so nonchalant. Like, when it happened in Birmingham, it was the terror that came out of the airwaves. It was fantastic. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I still can't make love. I was there, I'll never forget this horrific day. I was doing a jigsaw. The next thing I knew, I had moved a metre. 3 of my cups had fallen. I only drink from plastic bakers now. That broke me, that did. Bloke in London, yeah, we weren't bothered, right? It just smashed down. Who cares, don't we?
I wasn't using that wall anyway.
Yeah,
exactly. I'd not been out to see the neighbours. Morning, Ken. Is that what you pay for, didn't you? I can see him picking the bins up and I'm getting my money's worth when I pay my tax.
Exactly. It was horrific. I still can't. Every time I look at Sandra, whenever I hear her bang, that's it. We haven't made love in 5 years. Like, just imagine Londoners. We was making love whilst the tornado struck, right? It was swirling around. She was near orgasm. I thought, she's having this. She is having an orgasm. It was like God was helping us out.
That's what caused it.
Yeah.
I was really going in a circular motion.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But England is the most... Because the thing is, it happened 50 years ago, almost to the day. Yeah. In almost exactly the same area of London.
Is that right?
Years ago. And England has more tornadoes than anywhere else on the world, per square inch. Like, there's more in America, but not as many more than America is bigger than England. Should have worded that so much better.
That's fine. I thought that
you tell people how to use the and, me, and I, and then you can't talk English.
I thought that was
But
fine.
anyway, we have a lot of tornadoes.
There was some
per square inch.
There was a really great quote that somebody said they thought it was a bit like The Wizard of Oz. Which is really, you never know what you're going to think in a crisis. I remember the first time before my brother had an epileptic fit, apparently he was seeing like Sherlock Holmes on a unicycle, which is so weird.
That's genuinely beautiful, though. That's
No,
genuinely
it's not if you're about to have a fit. It's not. You kind of
that's the downside.
Oh, that's yeah. How weird's that? I say Sherlock Holmes on a unicycle, Sam picks up wine and starts swigging it. That's genuinely beautiful.
I can see him right now.
Exactly. But yeah, text us in. That was the thing. What I felt really bad, imagine if you're having a day off, right? People who lived in that street. And you know when you do those weird things in life, you don't really know why you're doing it, And like, I was in New Zealand, bored out of my face, and I decided to shave my testicles. I've no idea why. And I found myself doing it. But I'm safe in the knowledge that nobody will ever see that. Although I do sort of convince myself maybe there are ghosts crowding in going, look what he's doing. I'll never tire of this. I'd say it's worth dying to watch this. Look at that. It's a right laugh. But imagine that, if you're doing something as, like, a little bit peculiar that we've all done, suddenly your wall rips away and you'll forever be that bloke in the sun. Doesn't matter what you achieve for the rest of your life, you will always be ball bag shaved monster on the front page of the Sun,
I would say serves you right, because you've said there, what if suddenly your wall... The wall didn't suddenly come... It didn't go... And then he had no wall. Right. There was high winds, there was rain. He really wanted... If he's still shaving his balls, he really wanted to shave those balls.
Persistence.
I'll put you into a quandary, John, right? I'll use the OCD within you, right? You've shaved half your balls.
I'm not... Why? I'll run with this.
Okay. Right.
But I am never shaving my balls.
Right, yeah.
For anything other than medical necessity.
Right, that's the... All right, a doctor's come round your house and said, you better shave your balls. Okay, clear.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
Yeah, exactly. He must be a doctor.
I probably wouldn't ask any questions.
I'll get shaving. So you're shaving...
I just imac.
Well, what have you all done that for? Are you insane?
Imac's just cream in it. You spray it on, it disappears, you wash it off.
You're putting cream on yourself now? You're trying to make your nuts...
Rather than taking a razor to your own job least.
Well, you're trying to make your genitals look like Uncle Albert by putting a little beard on them with cream.
Yeah.
You got a real
problem.
It's
nearly Christmas.
That isn't something you can show people, though. Look, it's Christmas. I don't care.
So
get out of my grotto.
It is.
So hang on, so you're halfway through the job, half the hair is gone, the other half's there. tornado attacks.
Even mental John, even weird John, who overseasons his food, would stop there and say, even though I've only shaved the one of the two, I'll probably stop while the hurricane kicks off, and if I get a quiet chance later on after I've given my statement, I'll nip in the police toilets and I'll finish the job there.
How fantastic would that be? That'd be a really great statement. What were you doing at the time? Doesn't matter. A doctor told me something. Okay, listen, I got just you nipping off into it. That'd be great. If they're doing like a really thousands of houses have been destroyed and there's just a telephone box that's steaming up with you shaving your nuts.
I would probably be alright, but I think I would be leaning. Whichever ball I hadn't shaved would feel heavier, and I'd probably be tipping slightly to one side.
Well, you heard it here. So, this is the part of the show where we're going to do time travel. Where you'd go and why. We've had some really. We had a really great one from George Edwards here, who's responding to. We've been doing this for a few weeks now. People have gone to various places. George says, unlike your other correspondents who tell you where they would like to go given a chance, I'm actually going. So George is actually going, I have invented a time machine. I'm going back to murder my grandparents to prove all of the time paradox theories wrong. If you're reading a blank email, then Einstein was right, and I now feel like a proper Charlie, or at least I would if I existed. Love the show. Keep up the good work. That's from George in Northumberland. Very nice. So where are you guys going then? Where are you going, John? If you could travel back in time, where will you go?
Going back to the 50s.
50s, eh?
I'm not coming back.
John?
I've just decided. I've had enough. I was thinking, I'll just...
John, you've got rent to pay, mate.
Don't do this.
Nah, forget about it.
You're off.
I won't exist anymore, so they'll just say, who was that? I'm just going to live in the 50s.
Yeah.
I'm meant to be in the 50s, I've decided.
Right.
No woman would have told me not to put pepper on my dinner in the 50s.
Is this what this is about again?
She'd have said, oh, John, I see you're having a lot of pepper this evening. It's good to fill the pepper pot. And I said, yes, very good.
Oh, you're talking
Very
like that as well?
Yes.
You're going to change your...
But I must fit in.
You're
I
gonna-
should be wearing a suit.
You're going to change that entire persona? Hello.
Yes.
Oh, who are you? I'm new in the village, don't you know? Here, have some pepper. We've got some. Good.
I shall go and see the musical Cats, but it hasn't been written, so maybe I'll write it.
Maybe I'll write it, and this time do it properly. I am a cat.
My immense
Yeah, if I was going to write cats, that's what I'd do. I'll travel back in time. I'll travel back in time with Lloyd Webber, and I'll hide him in a cage, and I'll write cats instead.
How'd you change
You
it?
can't take Lloyd Webber away.
I'd have cats prancing on stage, on unicycles. I'd get a few monkeys involved, a few dwarfs, some trampolines.
There's a role for Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He's in it. Jean-Claude Van Damme. He can just come on. He'd do a rap halfway through it. The Splits. Jimmy Savile's there. Orville on his own, just swearing at the crowd. Nuns coming on and just punching people randomly. What else would I have?
And that's why when you go back to the future, on Monday night when you went to see Cats, you'll be sat alone in a theatre.
Going,
nobody
this is incredible. That bit, I mean, I've been punched in the face.
I wish there were more idiots in Bristol.
I've been punched in the face 8 more idiots in Bristol.
Oh, you're saying it's full?
No.
Whoa!
No.
People of Bristol. Russell Howard has turned his back.
I haven't turned my back on my people.
You said they were all idiots.
No, you
I said more idiots in Bristol. You went, what? More idiots in Bristol?
No, I
thought
was
you still had
implying,
love for the
there are
streets.
no idiots in Bristol.
Yeah, whatever.
Other than the people in the Hippodrome on Monday who were sat there watching. I figured out why I didn't enjoy it. You know, like that bit in Finding Neverland when all the little kids are sprinkled throughout the crowd and, you know, the grumpy adults go, actually, it is bloody good. Look at this. It was all wonderful. I needed a few kids so I can sort of enjoy it vicariously through them because I was just looking at, you know, women who were just sort of next to me, who were really into it. I just don't get... I don't know how to communicate with old women. So I'm seeing them smile... I don't know, you could do that watching Last of the Summer Wine. I'm not into it. Anyways, time travel. Where are you going, Sam?
You've touched on mine with so to speak.
Oh, you
But
heard it here first. If you're listening to
a small studio. But it's J.M. Barrie. I'd go back to meet J.M. Barrie and see if Peter Pan was written with the role of Hook's shadow that I was given in 1993 when I was 13.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Here we go again, every bloody week.
But this touches
you have a
on the-
time travelling machine and you always go back to Rockley in 1993.
You see, it makes sense. I'm not sure that Hook's shadow genuinely exists and actually came out of the Peter Pan and Wendy book, or if it was lazy village racism because my mother was the Dark Lady of Rockley. Although I have to say that the costumes were excellent during that run of Peter Pan.
Yes. Oh, yeah, my mum did it, didn't she? Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. As always,
Not even listening, pottering around getting paper.
well, because he's gone back to his. It's got to the stage where every week he's gone back to 1993.
All right,
the
all right.
Village in 1993 are like, oh bloody hell, that bloke with the beard keeps coming back, doesn't he? And doing bugger all every week he comes
Right,
back.
I've changed my mind. I'm going back and I'm joining Whitesnake.
Yeah, better. That's it. Yeah, come back with me.
European tour.
Come
We'll
back
both
with me.
go.
We'll write cats. It'll be a right laugh.
What should we
Hey,
call
I'll
it?
tell you what. No, look, bugger that. Let's go to the 50s.
Oh, you stay away from my time period.
Yeah,
You're not
that
welcome.
would be
Do
great.
you know, the thing is, in the 50s, I could cuff you both. In the 50s, there would be bobbies on the beat. Do you remember it was better in the 50s?
You're coming off as a bit like that bloke out of Seinfeld at the minute, John. You're going to cuff us both?
Listen, in the 50s, you
Yeah.
lot wouldn't have stood a chance. If you'd have said in the 50s, I'd be all right with trainers in a tux, wouldn't I?
No, mate.
You would have been sent forward in time by the medium of a good smack.
That would mean, what, were you going to punch me so hard?
Yeah. Oh, you're going to wake up, never mind next week, you're going to wake up in 2006 and
You're-
you'll probably like you then and give you your own shoe.
So you're going to do me with my voice, because that was you giving my voice. So you're going to hit me using my voice.
That was your dad.
Oh, it's my dad.
Yeah.
My dad don't speak like that. Speaks like this.
Oh.
Yeah. And I will go to the 50s. We'll ruin John's.
I think
No,
so.
don't come to the 50s.
It's a
Just leave me
utopia
on
until
my
we get
own.
there.
No,
You'll bring that girl and all of a sudden I can't enjoy my dinner anymore.
Okay.
Honestly, I'll be around Fanny Craddock's having a dinner party.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty much convinced you are Fanny Craddock. Discuss.
I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Okay.
End of
opposites.
topic.
Well, as you might have noticed, John is in a mood.
I'm not in the mood.
Moody mood. Because you won't let us come back to the 50s and have
You're
a
not
laugh.
allowed in the... What are you coming back to the 50s
We could-
for,
we
apart
could-
from
we
to
could make
ruin
it a
my
better
fun?
place.
No. I'm coming back with... I'll bring me Talking Monkey again.
And I'll bring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, good times. We've got a text in. You don't know how to communicate with old women. We are human beings. Some of us listen to your show, but not for much longer. The remarks you make like that, you're going to have to work pretty hard
She
to win
needs
us
more
back.
confidence.
It's all right. It's all right. Sorry about that. Didn't mean it. Really like old ladies. Think
My
your-
nan's great.
Your nan's lovely. We get on very well. I really like my mum. Really like John's mum. Who else?
You
do I-
calling my mum old?
No, mature.
She's listening to... My mum is making our Christmas cake while she listens to the
Oh,
show
really?
today. Yeah.
Excellent.
I was supposed to have a wish at 12 o'clock, but I forgot.
Oh, we'll do that now.
Well, wish it now.
Do it now.
Don't tell us.
Why is there pepper coming out of his ears?
That card's just set on fire. I've had a text in from... I'll just do this one quickly. Needing kids for your own enjoyment is worrying, Russell.
Okay.
And you can't have dwarfs because they scare me. I don't know who it's from, but I think it's worth pointing out.
Okay.
But I agree about the kids for enjoyment thing.
Were
You
dwarfs
shouldn't-
scary?
You should enjoy it on your own
Not
grounds.
at all.
Huggable.
And someone's texted in to say, John, just to let you know you were wearing a dinner suit on Friday, not a tuxedo. I know that. If you listened to the show last week, I
He
pointed
imparted
out
the
that
wisdom.
a tuxedo is white.
I'll tell you what was really embarrassing. I panicked a bit and told everyone at our table what I was covered for.
Yeah,
remember
you
that?
did.
God, that
Yeah,
was
you
awkward,
did.
wasn't it? Just-
Early doors. Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Oh, God.
the head of programme at BBC Six. Oh,
Yeah.
hello, I'm covered so you can spit on me, throw your food in me, or do unspeakable things on me, and it's all fine.
The phrase I actually used was, I'm covered for blood, vomit, wee, and, the others.
Is that Michael Bull?
And no, I didn't say that. And then I said, there isn't anything you lot couldn't do to me. I'd still be covered. And everyone just looked at me and went,
And then you looked at me and tried to suck me into your little world of doom by saying, look at that poor fella, he's covered in.
yeah, I did. That was when you were
No
still...
wonder I went and sat with Ken Bruce.
Kenny Bruce is fine. Though.
Oh, the Bruce and I. If you're listening, Ken, big up!
If you're listening, Ken, hi. Don't mind my friend.
Hey, let's play God. This is a really
Yeah.
cool part of the show. What would you do if you were an all-powerful deity? Don't forget, you can text us in 64046 or email russell.sixmusic@bbc.co.uk. Text us or email us all the things you would do. Where you would time travel, you can do a few of those. Or playing God, what you do, what you change about the world. First of all, this is what I'm doing. Right, this is a really good one this week. You know when you see those little like kids, like teenagers and that, who beat up old people? Right, it's horrific, isn't it? And you think, oh, God, that's just how wrong is that? You know, they're quite frail. Some punk has just beaten them up. Here's where I step in, right? I'm God. What happens in my world, if that kid punches an old man or an old lady, they swap bodies.
Damn, that's good.
Boom.
That
What
is-
about that? No? No problem.
You're my new deity.
That for me, I think that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? But
But
then
you're going to have a lot of problems on the first of each month with little grandkids going down to pinch punch. Oh, look at me.
well, there are the other problem I thought is, what if you're on like a crowded bus And you know, there's always an old lady like who always sits in the middle of the bus, and she doesn't hold onto the railings. Bus driver brakes. If that old woman hits into you, technically you've got to swap bodies, and then you know, not that there's anything wrong with being an old lady. I would point that out.
And what if it's a prolonged fight? I'm punching
jeez.
back, and that's difficult.
No, because an old man doesn't.
No returns. Is
Well,
what you're saying.
the problem is if old men get wary to it, and then they go, right, so I can change bodies, and they start like looking for trouble.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. You'll have old women calling you names.
Yeah, exactly. So you say, all right, Nufter. And so you smack an old woman in the face.
Is that all it takes?
Joke's on you. No, that isn't all it was.
That's it. This has been coming for a long time.
You had the warning.
What would it take for you to punch an old lady in the face? That's a very good question.
Mental illness.
Yeah, you couldn't go near that. You
would punch a mentally ill old woman. That is disgusting.
Yeah, you got some nerve. I'm the queen of the universe. Come here. Unbelievable.
Oh dear. I would never punch an old woman.
Hey, nor would I.
You just did.
If she was dressed as a cake.
Oh dear, yeah.
If an old lady leapt out of a wedding cake, I'd. God, that'd be difficult. The cake's alive. No, that's an old woman.
You say leap.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of slowly wriggle out of.
Have they ever done that? You know, when it's always a sexy lady that gets out of a cake. Have they ever had an old lady in a standard chairlift, just very slowly, just rising out?
What's
of
that
the
noise coming from the cake?
Sounds like that bloke at a police academy. Oh no, it's not. It's a wrinkly old. So
see, you're losing. You're hemorrhaging listeners.
No, I'm not. I've got a lot of love for him. That's what I do if I was
You've
God.
still got love for the streets as well, haven't you?
This is my other idea. I want my fingers to be keys as well, because I always lose my car keys. So that way, if I touch my car, it opens for me.
Why don't you just not lose your car keys, mate?
I ain't got time for that, mate. I'm God. I got fingers
Still
for
using
keys.
cars.
Probably hover then, can't you?
Oh, I'd love that. If all humans had, I can hover as well. And my eyes pour custard whenever I want. I'd like it so I was like a Swiss Army sort of knivey man.
Absolutely.
God.
Every finger something else.
Yeah, exactly.
You better tell Keris.
Yeah, that'd be awkward here. Sorry, we can't do any cuddling. Why is that? So I've got spoons for fingers.
Yeah, but if your nails are a bit long.
So what are you doing if you're God, John?
Well, I was thinking of mine this week, and then on News Round they did a bit where they asked kids what they would do if they were in charge of the world. So I just robbed theirs because they were funny. They asked what kids would do if they were in charge of the world. 2 out of 10 said they would stop war. That's 8 out of 10 kids who don't mind that wars are going on.
Yep.
1 out of 10 said they would want to live in a world where every child could go to school. 9 out of 10 kids don't want their mates at school, right? And then they asked the question, do you think life will be better in the future or worse? 7 out of 10 thought life would be better in the future, which sounds quite a lot, but then you think 3 out of 10 kids think their life is never going to get any better. That's quite depressing. But they asked them why they thought life was going to get better, and generally they thought long term. Like one kid said, "'Cause I'll have my own money, I won't have to ask for money off my mum and dad." And the other one said, "My mum and dad won't be in charge of me, I'll have my own place." And then one kid thought a little bit too short term and said, "Do you think there'll be better toys than that?" That's quite a short
He's got
term.
one eye on the PlayStation.
He's not. He's a clever young man.
Do you think life will be better in the future? Well, I'm getting a Wii next week, so I would have thought so.
But you like that. You should never lose those kind of ambitions. I can remember being in an English lesson. I was probably about 15 years old, and I was a big fan of our English teacher. But I can vividly remember this, thinking, when I'm older, I'm going to have a chair in my front room that when I pull back a little button on my chair, I'll fall down into my very own swimming pool. That hasn't happened, and I doubt it will happen.
We could do that.
But you have to think like that, don't you?
We'll put a deck chair precariously over the bath when we get back.
Yeah.
And you can sit in it, and I'll pull it away, and you can fall in the bath.
If you're an
and
eccentric
that'll
inventor.
double your dream of me watching you have a bath as well, which has got a bit tense.
That's all right.
You just stared at me then when I was saying that.
I was thinking about the chair again, I'll be honest.
You did actually drift off.
Yeah, I glazed over. I can't think that would be great, wouldn't it? Kind of.
It's exactly 19 minutes since you had that banana. Nice.
How about you, Sam? What are you doing if you play
simple.
God? You're making Ropley a permanent bloody dream.
No, absolutely. Ropley can burn. But I'm going to bring back trolls.
You're thinking about trolls?
Absolutely amazing.
Trolls.
Can you imagine and not like nice trolls, not trolls with the sort of the big colourful hair that you stick on the end of pencils. Willow trolls, the really nasty, sweaty things. Be on the front cover of Heat every other week. It'd be amazing. Newcastle will sign a troll striker. You introduce them into society and incidentally, the troll striker will fail to perform, but it'll be great.
How on earth are you getting a troll into Heat?
It needs to date a celebrity.
Spotted.
Oh,
It's only a matter of time.
Big Brother.
Spotted in Lidl.
I mean, introduce them in the 70s, and about now, people will
That would
start
be
to
great.
get round to...
If trolls
to
just... That's what
troll
really,
rights? Civil rights for trolls? The vote? It'd be amazing.
What trolls... what would be really great if a troll just appeared on a talking head? Like that, on those films. Like, just thought about, like, what do you think of Thundercats? And, like, people going, well, I used to quite fancy Chitara and all that. I've never seen... And, like, everyone sat at home going, is that a troll?
Oh,
Wow.
I hadn't seen one for years, and that'd be it. It'll be amazing.
They must be back.
Somebody else for Heat to pick on other than skinny women. It'll be great. They'll pick on trolls.
It's depressing, though, isn't
Right trolls.
it? But Heat is always the same, isn't it? One week it's kind of, oh, look, Nicole Richie's really skinny. The next week, Charlotte Church is really fat. The next week, Nicole Richie. And people buy it. It's so
Yeah.
depressing.
It is.
Let's get trolls. I tell you what. Let's
No
get
dispute.
celebrities to dress up as trolls and, get them on Heat.
But you could have
Not get them in Heat, not on Heat. That's a very, very different thing.
trolls on Heat. So that's what I do if I was God.
That sounds like a celebrity show, doesn't it? Trolls on Heat.
Or a
which is-
band.
Yeah, like Celebrity Troll Island. Just loads of trolls banging each other. And just
that'd
Claudia Winkleman appearing. Hi, you join me on Celebrity Troll
Oh,
Island.
what a day we've had. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hiya.
Hey, we just had a really great text in from Nick that says, if I was God, I would grant Jade Goody half an hour of intelligence a day so that within that time she could appreciate just how mind-numbingly annoying and superfluous she is, and for those glorious 30 minutes share in our pain. So that's what we're all doing if we're God this week. Now, it's quite an exciting moment because last week we met the team captain of the Honey Badgers. We've got him back. Adam, are you here?
Hello, how you doing?
Hey Adam, how's it been? How's your week been?
Oh, it's very good. Good result last week. 4-1 victory for the Honey Badgers.
Who did you
couple
destroy?
of goals from Mercurial midfielder, the bookcase.
Oh, yeah.
One for the boat and one for the player manager Marvin Patel Singh. So a good week. Good week.
Now, I understand there's been unrest in the camp.
There has been some slight unrest in the camp. The fans are happy that Badgergate is looking like it's going to be resolved fairly soon.
Good.
But there is some unrest that the new owners have come in and changed the captain there. They're not too happy about that.
I don't care.
Well, yeah, I know. Neither do I, to be honest.
Yeah,
But,
we run the show now, Bo. You're our man. So I understand we didn't meet all the players last week. Who would like their...
Well, the manager got left out there, Marvin Patel Singh. He didn't get a mention. And also Nutkins, Alistair McConville, a.k.a. Nutkins, or Tasker.
Okay, do you want to explain those nicknames?
Tasker is his name is Alistair, and he hates being called Alan. And so Tasker stands for the artist formerly known as Alan.
I see.
Excellent.
Yeah, and also Nutkins because he's got long hair and looks like Terry Nutkins off the Really Wild Road show.
Excellent. I had a bit of an incident once with Michaela Strachan, but we got 5 minutes till the end of the show, so we can't get into that. I tell you what, you never see anybody do that at Match of the Day. Just kind of go, we're interested you should say that. I once hung out with Chingy. Now, who have you got this week? Who are you playing this week?
We're playing bottom of the league Aiken this week, but their league position won't take our after ball because there's no easy games in this league, Russell. No
There
easy
aren't,
games
of
in this
course.
league.
And formation, what are you lining up with?
Well, we're lining up with the hologram in goal.
Obviously.
We've got a big comeback for the cleaner at the back.
The
this
cleaner's
week.
back.
Wow.
The cleaner is back. He's been out for a few months now, but he is back, and he will be starting this week.
Good news.
In midfield, we'll have the boat is out this week.
No.
Unfortunately, I can't make it. I've got a big night at Sports Personality of the Year in Birmingham tonight.
Good luck with
So,
that. Good luck with that, by
yeah.
the way. A lot of fingers crossed.
Thanks very much. Yeah. I think I've got a good chance. The lineup's not so strong, so
No.
there's a good chance there.
Well, best of luck with that. And the other midfielders?
The other midfielders, well, we'll have the bookcase.
Obviously.
We'll have Nutkins making a comeback. He didn't play last week, sore knee, so he'll be in this week.
Yep.
The Spoon will be up front alongside Marvin Patel Singh, and at the back we'll have the Woodpecker and the Cleaner, like I've said, and also Shriller.
Thank God for that. I'll be honest, that sounds like more than 5. It's almost like...
It's a 6-a-side league, but it's rotating subs on and off. So
who's the sub? Let's be honest.
who's the sub?
Yeah.
The sub this week, it actually probably will be the Cleaner because he's probably not match fit, but he will get a game for sure.
Probably not match fit is a kind way of saying the Cleaner is not good enough for the Honey Badgers. We'll make...
You're putting words in my mouth now. See, this is the problem with the BBC. This is the problem with the BBC, just putting words in my mouth.
Absolutely. Cleaner, if you're listening, sort yourself out, mate. You've got 2 weeks to improve. If you're not in the first team, we're shipping you. Simple as that. We'll buy another player. Me and John have already got our eyes on another defender called the Uruguayan lad, the Exterminator. Very good. He has got his eye on your shirt. Buck up your ideas, Kalina. Buck up your ideas. That was the Honey Badgers, their team captain, the Boat, who won't be playing this week, but he remains our contact. Boat, best of luck with the sports.
All the best, boys.
Thank you very much.
good luck.
See you later, buddy. This is Last Goodbye by Jeff Buckley.
BBC Six Music.